new episode of Inside 6 Yarns. I'm your host, Yatesy, and with me, my co-host,
Mr. Tommy Gun.
Yes. And a special guest, Tommy.
Yes, we've brought down my old coach, actually, Mr. Cam Richins. How you doing, buddy?
Yeah, good, thanks. Thanks for having us.
It's good for you coming on the show, mate.
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
It's good to see how far things are coming along, so interested to see how the night goes.
Yeah, it'll be good fun.
So are we. We're very interested to see how the night's going to go
plenty
as well.
of stuff to chat about, and we're going to have a good time, so...
Always.
Yeah. But no, mate, for those of the listeners that don't actually know too much about yourself, mate, why don't you just give them a little bit of a rundown as to, your career and stuff like that, and where you're playing now and stuff like that. Well, if the shirt doesn't give it away.
Yeah, give us the Craig David.
Well, I actually started my career playing under 15s. I was late to the game.
Of course.
Before that was AFL.
I was going to ask you when AFL kicked in. Who do you support? So just complete in AFL.
I do support the Dockers.
Okay. How does that feel having an empty trophy?
That's straight to it.
Sorry, I'm just going to stab you.
Someone's got to have it though.
Well, that's it.
Look, you hear it all the time. So, but I'll back the Eagles over anyone else as well. So I'm not just one-eyed. So it's all good.
Well, look, I know this is a goalkeeper podcast and it's all about football.
We can talk whatever we want.
Yeah, we'll talk about that weird oval shaped game, and I think we've spoken about it a few times. But look, I think Dockers are soon to come. But AFL it's starting to come back, which is good. Some type of sport on TV.
Yeah, look, some sort of sport is great. A lot of people are whinging about them going over east, but at the end of the day, sport. Like,
if you look at it, if we got asked, like our season's going to start, and the only reason the only way we could play our season would to go over. Or, you'd
straight up jump at the chance.
Yeah, exactly. You feel sorry for the lads, but look,
do you want to spend 10 weeks away from your family? No worries.
No, exactly.
Look,
if they've got a young family.
At the end of the day, when that's your career, you're going to want to play it regardless of what you're doing. So whether it's here, whether it's over east, or it's just something you want to do. And
it'll definitely change the dynamics of the football, being how there's not so many home games or whatever. But hey. Look, it is what it is.
It's the home crowd. That's the main thing. Like obviously, especially last season, I do follow a lot of AFL, and that the Dockers make that Domain Stadium that hub that lots of teams try to come down to Domain Stadium, and they just can't break down that home crowd.
It's actually quite funny though, because you got Optus Stadium for both the Eagles and Dockers, and you've also got Adelaide Oval. Yeah. Which Port Adelaide and Adelaide have.
Yeah, that's my team.
Port Adelaide. Both those grounds are very hard to come to. Yet all four teams have had to go over east to play the Gold Coast.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but it's all right. It is what it is, and let them get back to it.
It will be interesting to see how it goes, and are they full contact now? Are they?
I think it's either this week or next week. That's when they're guaranteed, like where they're going to do full contact training.
Yeah, I think they've still been doing the individual 20 group.
Yeah.
Training,
yeah, okay.
But then they're going back to full. I think they fly out. I think next week.
Yeah, because they all have to be tested too, don't they?
Yeah, I think they get tested twice a week. Everything. Yeah. So
hopefully it's not
it's full on. At least it's not going to be like that here. So
like full on probing testing.
So okay, when you were playing football, what position did you play?
So when I started off, I used to play out of the middle. I used to play a little ruck rover. I was quite short growing up.
For the people that don't follow AFL, what is a ruck rover?
So basically one of the players that starts in the centre where the ruck is, one of the little followers. So
basically like a midfielder, isn't it?
Yeah. So someone that starts
getting the scraps.
Yeah, getting
like a Van Nistelrooy in front of goals.
That's it. Yeah. Hang around close enough, you get a touch here and there. Yeah. I did that, and then gave that away at 13. Had enough. Got bored of it. Took a year off. Then all my mates were playing soccer. So whenever I'd play with them around the house and everything like that, I was always the one that stayed in goals.
Classic.
So that's kind of how that came about. And then I started under 15s. A mate of mine's dad was the coach at Armidale. Started there and went down. Thought I'll just be a goalkeeper. Why not? Do it every other time. So
how did you find that? Because it. AFL and football, being a goalkeeper, I guess minus the contact, but there's certain aspects of AFL coming to the mark. Knee up, hands high. The transition. How did you find the transition between two sports?
Yeah, actually, surprisingly, it wasn't too bad. The actual probably my most struggle was with my kick outs out of my hands, because it was just still a football style kick going straight up and down. But yeah, no, it was pretty natural to play the game with catching and everything anyway.
Yeah.
But kind of just fitted like a glove, really. So I did that 15s and 16s at the juniors, and then moved up into the seniors, which actually probably brings me to probably my worst ever goal conceded.
Oh yes.
Let's get this one out of the way early.
Yeah.
I was playing under 16s at the time.
Whereabouts?
At Armidale.
Yeah.
And a friend of mine was doing 16s and 18s.
Okay.
You could back then.
Yeah.
I think you've told me about this one.
Yeah. I'm sure I probably have. Their keeper was away for 6-7 weeks. So my mate says to me, got a friend, he's goalkeeper, come down. So I went down and trained with him, played the game, trained the next week, went out for the next game. It was a home game as well. And we were losing 3-1 at the time. We just scored a goal, and everybody's sort of celebrating that. Everyone's walking back, and I'm sort of casually walking back, and I'm sort of pointing to my defender saying, this, that. Next thing, look up, they've taken the kick off. The ball's coming mid-air from the halfway line, and I'm scrambling back, get fingers to it, straight in the back of the net.
Damn.
It's the worst goal I've ever conceded.
There goes your buffer.
Worst goal I've ever conceded, and I was just starting out with the 18s at the time, the seniors. And it wasn't a great way to start. But
I tell you what, though, you'd never make that mistake again.
Nah, never ever made that mistake again. I've always made sure I was on my 6-yard line before I've ever bothered doing anything else.
But out of all the scale of things, when you'd want to make that mistake is probably younger days, 18s and stuff like that. You don't want to be making that mistake. It's the proper senior level, but it's still not fun though.
Wasn't a good look for me. Coming into the 18s, but look, fair enough. I kept going at it and played out the rest of the year for them, and went on to play next season there as well. So
that's good. Have you always stayed at Armidale?
No, I took a spell around about 2008, I think it was. I went over to Queen's Park for a couple of seasons. I wasn't going to get a gig at Armidale at the time, so I decided try something different. So I went to Queen's Park, and at the time I was actually playing outfield, so I actually transitioned. I actually transitioned from keeper to outfield.
Where did you play in the outfield?
I played sweeper, centre back.
So you're pretty much a goalkeeper, just can't use your hands.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it was good though. I actually quite enjoyed both aspects, so it was good, and I've done that for quite a few years until people realised I was a keeper, and then all of a sudden it's like, come back in goals. We need someone. Yeah. But so I went to Queen's Park, spent a couple of years there. We did a Phuket trip at the end of the year. Did the 7-a-side.
That sounds awesome. That's something that Tommy, that I'd down the track when we're allowed to travel, because I don't know how long it's going to be till we can travel, but that's something I'd love to do.
Mate, inside 6 yards abroad.
Yeah. Mate, just go down a old mate Phuket there.
Definitely, if you can if you can, and if anyone wants to, definitely. I recommend it. It's probably one of the best experiences I did.
Mate, it's a good setup.
I'd love to do a cheeky inside 6 yards Bali trip. That'd be probably. I've
had a few of the lads that I know go to Phuket and do the sevens. I know some of the masters. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure some of the masters at Forestfield went there and have done it at Phuket a couple of times. Done the masters sevens, whatever it is, and they can't say anything highly enough. It's just an awesome experience down there.
It's honestly like, from the flights out, the accommodation, the whole setup, it's all done for you basically. And then we flew out on a Thursday. We had the competition on the Saturday, Sunday, and then we stayed until the following Thursday, and we just had a ball. There's a few stories from there.
Just had a good family, wholesome time.
Let's just go.
Bed by 8:30. Had a hot milk before you went to bed.
Yeah,
that's the can we.
I actually. It was actually quite funny, because I'll give you a little taste of it.
Yeah,
we were told by the club, you fly in Thursday, you're for the club, you're professional, you do everything by the book.
Ooh.
After Sunday, you can do whatever the hell you want.
Loves it.
Two of the boys, drunk by the time we got on the plane.
Oh, classic.
We drunk the plane out of beer. Got off the plane. One of the boys got a number at the airport from a staff member. One went missing for the first night. Didn't see him for 24 hours. The other one sat at the bar for 24 hours.
Oh, wow. That's a bender.
That was the start to our trip when we were supposed to be very professional. But no, it was good. We came runners up in that tournament, which was
that's good.
Which was good. So had a very good coach that year at Queen's Park in Mick Brazil. Quality coach. But yeah, so and then from there I went back to Armidale. Spent a couple more years playing. Decided to give it up from kids and everything else and work.
Yep.
And injuries. And then I got a phone call from a friend of mine. What was it? 2018.
Yeah.
Again, same thing. Asked me what I was doing. They needed a goalkeeper for the amateurs at Armidale. Said I wasn't doing anything. Went down. I knew the coach at the time. Went down, had a look, liked the feel of it again. Said, yep, no worries. We've got a friendly this weekend. Can you play? Yeah, no worries.
Yeah, sure.
Throw me straight back in.
That old chestnut.
Did that. Didn't look back again. And then things changed.
Yeah, and then we lost the coach, wasn't it?
Things changed dramatically that year, yeah. So we lost the coach 4 games into the season. We lost both the first team and the Rezzies.
Was there something going on there, or
this was actually before I got there? So I got there about mid-season. And came down and had a bit of fun with Cam, and that's how I met Cam. That'll be interesting. What was your first thoughts of me, when I rocked up? And
hang on, Tom. Just want to get that censor button ready. Okay.
Censor.
Say what you want to say now, mate. Off you go.
Nah. to be fair, I was actually quite impressed with Tommy when he first came down.
There we go. Talk me up. It's my podcast.
Considering he emails me and says, I haven't played for a few years and this that, and the other. I just want to get back into it. He come down and he was keen as anything to show up the boys that are already there.
Football friends.
Yeah. That's it. You got to have some of them, don't you?
That's it.
But no, he was pretty good until he got an ankle injury.
Yeah.
And then he
ankle injury.
He told me he'd done a bit of keeping before, and you beauty. Don't need to do this anymore. So I was trying to coach 2 teams to keep in the first team. So I basically went, here you go, mate. Here's a set of gloves.
Go help
you're now in there.
Yeah.
So
nice.
And he hasn't looked back since, which has been really, really good for him.
I think it was the following season went from Armidale amateurs to Divi 4 again.
Yeah. Yep.
And then 2019 played at Wembley Downs in the amateur prem, and then 2020 at Dianella playing state league. So progression. Yeah. And that was literally it all started basically with Cam. This is literally how it all started for me, and getting back into football and absolutely loving it, and really liked it at Armidale. And it was the next season that we folded. They folded the amateur squad.
It was quite disappointing, to be honest, because although we struggled with players in way of numbers, we struggled with results to begin with. We actually improved the second half of the year.
Oh, dude.
Teams that we were losing to, say for instance 8-1 in the first half of the year, we ended up coming back and losing, say 2-1 or whatever like that. So there was definitely improvement in the boys.
Yeah. And
then the club decided that they didn't want to go in an amateur side anymore. And they had to be completely honest, they had another coach lined up, who was prepared to come on board as well. And they asked me to come back as a coach again. And then the club just decided, no, we don't want to do it. And then I got poached by an old teammate.
Yeah.
From back then as well, and ended up at Perth AFC last season.
There you go.
Yeah, that was probably one of my best seasons, I think. Although I probably didn't have a lot to do half the time. The stats probably look very, very favourable in my behalf. But
me and Cam talked a lot throughout last season while I was at Wembley Downs, and we were chatting and every week, and it seemed like almost nearly every week Cam was getting a clean sheet.
Yeah, I think
I think it was something like 10 or 11 clean sheets or something all up.
I had 21 games last season because we only had 8 teams in the league.
Yeah.
Played each other 3 times. 21 games, and I think I ended up with about 14 clean sheets.
Yeah, it was something ridiculous.
But to be fair, I owe a lot of that to the defensive group.
Oh yeah.
The D unit. As we like to call ourselves. I had a couple of absolute beasts in centre back in Mo and Dan.
Yeah.
They were just absolutely solid. Nothing was getting through them, and if it ever did, it was scraps basically. Mickey was playing left back pretty much most of the season. He was absolutely buzzing down the line. Thal, who's an absolute beast of a man. If you ever see a photo of him, his nickname was the Terminator, and you'll see why. I don't think there's an inch of fat on the guy.
Just built like a.
Oh mate, he is
built
solid.
like a unit.
Yeah, I was about to say something.
I was about to get the sense of that.
Even if he lost the challenge and got knocked over by himself, he's back up on his feet and he was back behind the ball before the guy's even in the box.
Absolutely.
It's funny to say because a lot of players they'll get beaten. They're like, oh damn. But just have the instinct. A player and a goalkeeper get beat. It's that instinct to get up and go, well, I'm going to at least bark and snarl at you at the back of your heels, know that I'm there to put pressure on you.
Yeah. And then we had a duo in the centre, Tommy and Jake. Absolute workhorse in Tom, and Jake just the footballing brain in him. He just knew where to be and how to be, and the rotation through. But I mean, a lot of that came down to Marco's coaching as well. Yeah, and the way that we played, the way that he instilled in us, and as we were talking earlier about the high line, and stuff like that.
And we will bring up. So we've got a video of Manuel Noor to bring up as well about high line, and we'll chat about that a little bit later on. Yeah. But, talking about that high line for goalkeeping as well, and just him paving the way of that trend.
It's funny though, isn't it? He's still doing it this time.
I love it.
I
love a high line.
Yeah,
I don't like the.
Well, it's instead of reactive goalkeeping, it's actually
preempting.
It's being proactive.
Proactive, yeah.
So you're actually instead of stopping the shot, you're stopping them from shooting. Yeah. So you're just taking out the middleman there, so you don't have to react to a shot anymore. So if you don't have to,
well, the game we played a game against Joondalup away. Yeah. And the only time I actually touched the ball, I actually didn't make a save. The only time I touched the ball was when something that came through, or was a pass back from teammate.
Yeah, gotta love it.
It's
them days. Them days as a goalkeeper though, they're good, but they're also kind of like it's so hard to stay concentrated for a long period of time.
It's actually hard. Like when you don't have much to do, it's those little it might be a simple, a K, or a scoop. Stu.
There we go.
Or something like that, like a simple thing. Yeah. But the ball's coming, you're like, oh shit, I haven't done anything all day.
Yeah, and you get cold as well. And and a good shout out to my to the other keeper that I work with, Benny. Like the last game that we played against Swan IC, literally Benny was sitting there in goals, didn't have much to do the whole game, and literally in I think it was like the 89th or 90th minute, he's made an absolute bomb of a save to off of a corner or something, and somebody's just belted it. He's just got a paw to it and kept it out, and it's just like you made a bomb of a save in the 90th minute or something like that, just to keep that clean sheet. And you just love it, but like it's so hard to keep that concentration.
It is, especially for that last 5, obviously through the whole game, but just that last 5 minutes, 5-10 minutes. You don't know how much time the refs got called on. Yeah, I've had a scenario like that. So I was playing Forestfield Amateurs. Yep. Playing Geraldton home on a Friday night. It was pouring down with rain. It's probably the coldest I've ever been. My manhood disappeared. That's how cold it was. Shivering, it's pouring.
Became a womanhood. Yeah, went inside.
And I think I made a 1-on-1 save in I think the 80th minute, and then a typical my hero De Gea right hand top just pushed it over. Yeah, made that save, and we won the game 1-0.
Sweet, and I just love it.
Oh, that last 5 minutes. It's the hardest ever, and it's freezing. It's cold, and you're just like, oh.
I think my way of throughout a whole game of just staying involved, regardless of whether there's ball there or not, is just consistently moving up and down, side to side, and then just yelling, always yelling,
letting the boys know where you are, what's going on.
It keeps you involved in the game, and they know that you're still there. They know that you're watching what's going on as well, and that's just my way of staying focused.
Yeah, I don't like thinking of clean sheet. I don't let that word come in my head. At all, and then at halftime the boys like, oh, we're gonna clean sheet, and I'm like, I don't say anything because I don't want that in my mind, because I just want to play football.
I'm more the guy that talks to defenders and like, boys, let's get this clean sheet. Come on, boys.
That'll be
that's you as well.
That'll be a good stat to look up for clean sheets for last season. Well, we had a bit of a rule. Every clean sheet we had the gaffer bought a carton of beer.
Oi,
so the D unit we would always talk about. We didn't care about winning 10-0, 6-0, whatever it was. We just wanted clean sheets.
Yeah.
Clean sheet. I think we got. To be fair, I think we got about 8 or 9 clean sheets last season.
Is that where the... Well, so you wouldn't have added to the Esky gate, would you, with all the stuff that's going on with the...
These are always done either at home or training nights and stuff.
That's a very good... obviously you want to support your club or your play and stuff like that, but the banter that happened with that Esky game and stuff, you got to have a bit of a giggle with that because that was quite funny.
There's a story that I know of from back in the day. For the people that know Armidale, they know about the Brunch Club.
Yeah.
Brunch Club are massive supporters of the Armidale Club. And there was a bit of an incident with one of the brunchies once that they did get a little bit of a ban. So if anybody knows Armidale's ground, yes, you can come in legally. You can stand on the other side of the fence illegally, I suppose you could say.
Yeah.
And in true brunchy style, they all banded together and said, well, you're going to ban one of us, you can ban all of us. And they all grabbed their eskies and they all went over the other side of the fence there and sat near the scoreboard and drank their beers from over there and yelled and abused from there. And
classic.
They got away with it, and the club realised that, hey, we're going to lose too much money from this, so
yeah,
they unbanned him and they said welcome back. And
the
Brunch Club, they're one of those ones that people love them, but they'd rather be cheered for than cheered against.
Oh yeah,
I guess with that, with the supporters, regardless what club you're with, you always have those group of people that are always there.
Yeah.
Always there. Sunday or a Saturday league game. I myself was one of them at Forestfield. Play on a Sunday. Try and come down and watch Saturdays.
Yeah.
But now playing on a Saturday, I try and come and watch as many Sunday games as I can.
Yeah.
It's good to support the boys and support the clubs as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and just to get a view of what's going on around the different leagues as well and see who's coming through as well.
Exactly. And it's football. You can watch football.
Yeah, you just want to watch it, play it, do everything.
And have a cheeky pint.
Yeah.
So, speaking of football, Tommy and Cam, I'm really, really, really excited.
Yeah, mate.
Because
they're giving us little details, little bits by bit.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it a tease though? Because it's not an official Football West.
I think they like to. I think they're just playing with us. So just for all the viewers out there. So what we've got for details at the moment with regards to the state league, so the league that we're in, all we know is that the date confirmed to be back is the 27th of June. First game back, so which is awesome. I'm not sure the fixtures. Have they released fixtures yet?
Yeah, well, they've got a rough fixtures, a rough draft. Yeah. So your lads are playing the new the Carramar Shamrock Rovers. Ooh. So they've merged.
That's a mouthful.
Yeah, it is. And when I looked, because when I heard Shamrock, I thought, oh yeah, they're they're just
I think we were supposed to play them at round 1 anyway.
Yeah.
So are they just going from the round 1 normally?
Well, I don't think. Well, I'm not sure because us boys, Curtin, we're playing Mum
Murdoch University.
So I just love calling him Mum. It's such a simple
I got so
thing.
confused with that when I first got into state league. I was like, oh yeah, Mum, and I'm like, who the hell is
You're
Mum?
not playing Mum. It's like, my mum's a beautiful woman.
Like, who's
she raised me, man.
Thanks to a merger a couple of years back.
Yeah, and I was like, who the hell's Mum? But speaking of Mum, Nick Specker just got he's gone back there for this season, so that'll be former NPL Perth Glory keeper. So
it's a good pickup for them. Definitely.
That's a really good pickup.
Well,
so.
I reckon that'd be one of those teams that potentially looking to. Well, I think majority of teams are kind of looking to step in the NPL
I think they've
grounds.
Mum's got a new coach this season as well, because the old coach from last season went to Perth Glory for part of the youth program. So so it'll be interesting to see how they get on this season.
Well, I know Matt. He was down in Ashfield. He's jumped on to Mum's now, and he's a quality coach. Good bloke.
Yeah.
All the boys respect and look up to him. So
is this goalkeeper coach or coach? Coach. Yeah, cool.
Great mentality. The drills, his training sessions, to be honest, are probably one of the best training sessions I've ever been to.
Right.
So
big call.
Yeah. Well, look, there's only for hard thing with the goalkeeper is, you have your goalkeeper coach do great drills. Yeah. Which we've all been a part of that. But then when you step into, the main coach he's running a drill. Yeah. And obviously he's got he wants if he's working on shooting or finishing or crossing, obviously he's working on his attackers, his midfielders, positioning play, where
not too much concern with the goalkeeper most of the time.
Look for the signals. This is what we're going to do. Yeah. A, B, C, so on, A to Z. But just when he was coaching, you would get that he would explain what he wants the players to do.
Yeah.
And then he would come across and say, okay, well, this is where I want you to be.
That's good. Yeah.
So you would get the ball, and then you would have that trigger to go, okay, I'm going to put it out to my left back or right back or whatever. Yeah. So kudos to that. But so we got Malm and Curtin. It's going to be a tough game.
That'll be a good
it'll be a good run out.
Yeah, that's the thing. So I'm not sure if I know for a fact that my head coach Rod Bandage, he's trying.
Shout out to Rod.
Yeah, so I know that he is trying to get some friendlies. I think they've organised some friendlies.
Please say Curtin.
Yeah,
that's so good.
Yeah, let's see these two go at it.
Yeah, I know. So if we do end up playing each other, the teams will, but I'm not sure if me and you will end up. Because
we'll have a cheeky photo.
Well, you're the first team keeper. I'm more like the number 2.
Yeah.
So
I suppose Yatesy's already got one up on you anyway with the keeper battles.
Yeah, exactly.
Ooh,
yeah. Thanks for reminding me, Cam.
Yeah. That's right. Just don't tell him
I'll get the sensor ready.
Yeah. Yeah. So look, it's great that we're coming back to it. But just one thing I want to touch on, Tommy and Cam, is so obviously that post got put out on the NPL and State League page on Facebook.
Yeah.
And so the idea is that there's
the format.
There's no promotion, and there's no.
Have they confirmed that?
Well, this is just what hearsay what's going on Facebook, but
is it on Facebook? Is it?
Yes, it's what that chat's going on about that post about the thing. But one thing not alarmed me, but you're always going to get the negative Nancy's that say, "Oh, what about this, what about that?" But
I hate the fact that like a lot of people are going, "Oh, if there's no promotion or relegation, what's the point in playing?" I'm like, what do you mean? It's football.
It's a good run out because really this season.
I get it to a certain extent. I'm like, you get it to
everyone wants to get promoted.
Yeah.
That's you play to win and everything like that.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, whether it's promotion or relegation, if you're sitting mid-table, come halfway through the season, you think, promotion's out of reach.
Yeah.
You don't stop playing, do you?
Exactly.
You keep playing.
It.
Exactly. So look, at the end of the day, it's like considering all that we've been through in the last, what would we say, 3-4 months with regards to coronavirus and all this kind of stuff. The fact that we can get back to playing football so quickly when we've got countries in other parts of the world that are still in lockdown. They can't even go to the shops without somebody asking them, why are you here?
We're pretty lucky in Australia. As bad as it's been around the rest of the world, we are pretty lucky here.
Yeah.
And to even just be able to get back out on the pitch and play,
it's awesome.
Who cares? Let's
just
get there and play.
Well, Victoria.
You've pulled it up on your phone.
Yeah, so I've just pulled it up on my phone. Yeah. I won't mention names who's made this comment.
Fine,
but if you read it, you can see it anyway. This guy always comments on it, and he's a top bloke. Yeah. So apparently in Victoria they're doing promotion, but not relegation.
Yeah.
How does that work?
That one.
I'm not sure, but there's a few.
So all that I heard, I'm not sure about the promotion relegations, but what I heard was how they're going to run the fixtures for the State League is that they're going to be doing, was it 12 rounds, and then after them 12 rounds it's going to be split. Is that correct?
Yeah, so they do. So I'm just going to read it from what the post was. So latest I'm hearing, the State League will now start 1 week later. It will be 16 games regular.
16.
Seasons.
Yep.
Play everyone once. Football West teams now have agreed to split the league. So after 11 games, each league is split to top 6 and bottom 6.
Okay, cool.
Then the finals decide the league winner, top 3, so on and so forth.
Is it top? So what I remember is that it's top 3 from the top group, and then the first place from the second group go into semi-finals.
Yeah, so the top 3 from the top league and the top 3 from the bottom league to compete for the championship.
So I don't know. Realistically, if you they normally have a top 4 finals or whatever it is anyway in the NPL and stuff. Why not just stick with that and do it throughout every league? Amateurs, State League, everything like that.
It's weird
because it gives you still something to play for anyway. Because anybody that says, there's no promotion or anything like that, there's still something on offer. You can still
a league, championship, whatever.
Because that's the thing. If you want to get in the top 4 finals, you're going to have to play to get into the top 4.
Yeah.
So there's still something to play for.
Give the players and the coaching staff a goal. A goal to achieve for. That's all. like I said, I'm not too fussed about relegation promotion. Yes, I would love the team to get promoted, and that's the goal for, especially Dinella. That is the ultimate goal. They want to get back to NPL under Rod and the new management system they've got in place. They want to get back to NPL, but if there's no promotion relegation, that's not going to affect them. That's all that's going to do is give them, more games, more time to be able to fine tune that squad ready for the next season, where
or the next step, really.
Yeah, it's basically a free year of developing people.
Exactly.
Well, this is where you do take those. The way I look at it as a coach, if I was coaching, I'd say, okay, well, I've got, maybe
Yatesy as a coach, that's scary.
Everyone attack, or everyone line up on the goal line.
10 strikers and 1 keeper.
Yeah,
you'll be right.
The Mighty Duck thing with the Mighty V.
You guys think you can shoot? Try and get past me.
Play the high line for sure.
Yeah. But it's that leaking in those couple of 1 or 2 18 players that, yes, they're young and experienced and might not be up to the physical challenge of playing first team. But, a lot of those kids out there have probably got a great strike, great finish, and will take the chance to gamble because they want to prove something.
Yeah. Actually, one of the other things I did notice as well, going on the posts, obviously Curtin put out a post regarding fees.
Reduced fees,
which I
thought was really great.
Which I assume most clubs would probably, jump on board with that and reduce the fees because of the season being reduced. Whether or not that means Football West has reduced their fee for clubs as well, I don't know.
That is the question as well. But wouldn't for me, I'm more than happy to pay full fees to support the club. You know what I mean? So
that's because you're loaded.
Yeah, not at all, mate.
Hang on, sorry. I'm just going to message your limousine, Tommy.
Yeah.
There you go, done.
But on the basis that the fact that that clubs are suffering a little bit at the moment, and if that was something that I could do to potentially support the club, then I'm all for it. But again, as well, you want to give the players value for money as well. So
that's right. Like say though, clubs are missing out on canteen sales and
correct.
Some clubs that have entry fees and stuff like that. Merchandise or whatever that they might be using to sell throughout the year that they're just no longer making.
Exactly. So it's bloody difficult.
And that's sponsors as well. You got to look at sponsors that sponsor clubs.
Yeah.
Well,
who's going to sponsor a club that can only get 20 people to watch?
Yeah, but people that have already sponsored a club for a 3 or 5 year deal, and they're 2 years into their deal, and this year happen to be affected, they're not getting any value for money either. So
exactly,
it's a hard one, and also too those. Look, I'm just going to say it, there's some players out there that only play for the money.
Oh, of course there is.
What are they going to do? Really?
Yeah.
The way I look at it, you put a shirt on a Saturday, that's got the club logo. That's who you play for.
Yep.
Regardless of money or no money, you do it for the love of the game. You do it for the love of the club.
I have heard a few little whispers on the street about particularly NPL players. With the NPL clubs, the way that things are going at the moment in the NPL, there's talks of no NPL.
Well, I haven't seen anything on Facebook of what's going on.
And then also, I've heard of a few NPL clubs asking for that little entry fee that they give a few of their players, just say, this is a little starter package for the season. But this is just a bit of a sighter or beginner for what's more to come.
And of a celebrity's packet of chocolate.
Just a little bit of a. And then apparently a few of the clubs are just going, do you remember that little package that we gave you? We like it back now because you haven't really done anything. Wow. And a few of the players have gone, how about no? And how about bye-bye?
It's dicey waters to go into, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
And again, you got a for and against whenever it comes to stuff like that.
Yeah, and it's...
Well, especially if those players, it's that if playing NPL is their livelihood, then at the end of the day, if that's your livelihood, then I feel sorry for you. That's what you've got. But
any imports that have come in or anything
like
that.
How does it affect the visas and all that type of stuff? It's my head boggles.
It's never black and white.
No, there's a lot more behind the scenes that people probably don't think of or don't even know anything about.
Correct.
But that's why you're a football player. Stick to playing football.
Yeah.
Let the club deal with the rest of it, and that's why you've got directors and everyone else there these days.
Yeah.
Club.
And big shout out to all the all of the people that are doing all that work behind the scenes for clubs at the moment, because
Football West and all that stuff.
A lot of people are working their asses off to get football back, and it's nearly there.
Well, also too, Tommy, just to touch on that, with obviously our coaches have set guidelines, so there's only 20 people
and they've done such a good job with it as well.
So all to the players as well, just make sure you abide by those rules. Let's follow those rules. 20 people, bags here, bags there, keep that separation. Because
have you had little buckets of disinfectant that you wash the balls in as well at training? We've had literally like these big buckets that are filled with water and disinfectant, and after we've done our little drill, you have to take the ball.
What do your players do with the ball? Because to be honest, I don't lick the ball when I finish making a save.
Mate, it's just one of them things, mate. Just trying to.
You know what the hardest thing is spitting on your gloves.
Yes.
And I don't need it. The gloves I wear are sticky enough, but it's just that. You get ready. It's just a bit like I'm about to go just one little spit and just give it a bit of what for.
No, I shouldn't have done that.
And I'm just about to do it, and my goalkeeper coach, I was just about doing. He's like, "Oi!" I'm like, "Oh, sorry."
All you need is just a little bit of water, like a little bit of water.
Mid spit, it's like, kind of like, suck it back up.
It's actually quite funny because now these days I used to be really bad for it back then, but these days I try and avoid it as much as possible.
Yeah,
and I normally can get most of the season through, but once I start it, that's it. It's done.
Do you know what a good way is? So I like to have a little bit of pre-workout, just to get all the cylinders firing. So I'll have a shot of that, a little bit of a gargle, and that's what I'll put on my gloves. So it is technically spitting too.
Okay.
So it's just a little bit sticky.
A bit of spit, bit of pre-workout.
And if you're ever feeling down, you just start licking your gloves. And
start buzzing again.
So speaking of buzzing, that was a good intro there.
Thanks, mate.
Thanks, Cam. So I guess you can kind of say that this season's starting again, so it's kind of the new season. One thing that gets me really excited, besides Nando's, is
Nando's
obviously new gloves.
It wouldn't be an Inside Six Johns episode without a cheeky Nando's plug.
New gloves, which I think you've all seen the post I put on about SDL linking up with Curtin, putting their new gloves out the moment.
Yes. Have you received them yet?
Not yet. Very, very soon.
They do look sexy.
They look very sexy.
They're looking very, very good.
Black and orange, love it.
Yeah, I'm not going to say anything about it now, but when I get them, I will be doing a review on them and
we'll bring them on the show.
Some photos. Yep.
Yeah.
But then it comes to the boots, the new boots, and as we know, the seasons, everything changes, but the new boots are coming out at the moment.
They are
because they've had to delay. Like a lot of the companies, they've had to delay a lot. So, do you know what? It wouldn't be bad for them because it would have gave them like a whole extra time to kind of design a few things, but also delayed the fact that they're probably
inundated.
As I say, they think about these boots like probably like a year in advance.
Yeah.
So they've probably got inundated with.
Yatesy's got one there already.
Yeah, so Tommy,
mate,
if you can quickly just look this up.
You can show Cam and I'll see if I can get something up for the viewers.
So what Cam and I are looking at now is the new Adidas Predators 20 Plus. They're called Animal or the Dragon. So these boots...
What side are you on, mate?
Well, go Pro Direct.
Pro Direct.
As everyone buys their boots from.
Cole loves it.
Not everyone.
Yeah,
or the Adidas store. Or
I'll go to Pro
on
Direct.
side down in Malaga and Canning Vale too. They do a good selection of boots down there.
Oh, look at these. Oh,
yeah.
New.
Go sell hello to Caesar if you go down to Malaga. He'll sort you out.
Oh, look at the new Adidas Unit 4.
So are you recording?
I'm recording the screen for the viewers.
Let's just go back up to that.
You want to go up to this?
Yeah. So can you see that, Cam?
Yeah.
All right. So when I look at those boots, so you've got your Copas.
So they're Predators.
You got your Predators.
X Copa and Nimenez or whatever.
So what it looks like, right, is that I'm 15. I never did this, but I'm 15. I'm wearing white sneakers.
Is this going a little bit back for you?
No. I'm wearing white sneakers. I've decided to go do some graffiti, and I've got some paint on my boots.
Yeah,
that's what like it look. I like it.
The spec effect.
Yeah, but I don't think I could wear a boot because that's when that gets dirty. As much as I clean, it's just going to make it look bad.
I've never been a fan of white boots. I'm a big fan of the all black boot.
They do look. I'll give them credit. They look good, but that's more of a fancy midfielder.
I'm going to click on this one.
I'm going to get taken out from behind.
Speaking of previous conversations that you guys have had with other guests about coloured boots and so forth.
Yeah. What are you, mate?
I'm a big big fan of the coloured boots.
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
So when we're saying colour boots, Cam, what are we talking about?
Are we talking like
boots,
fluoro? Are we talking reds?
Yeah, fluoros.
Oh, yes.
Back in the day, I had the Champagne Predators.
Oh, the Champagne.
Yeah. So, I always had to have something that looked good on me because,
Did you have the matching? Because that was the kind of the like off pink, like the light pink colour, wasn't it?
No, it was the
new Umbros look pretty good.
Like the off yellow.
Oh,
I'm thinking of the ones the Hale wore, the pink ones. The Beckham ones.
These
I know.
These are the Beckham ones from back in the day.
With the tongue, with the thick,
These are the ones that you like, hey, Yatesy.
Yeah, so Tommy's going to put this one out.
I'm literally loading them right now.
Apparently, I've been having a look on the interwebs, and apparently these are the most expensive football boots coming out soon. So I don't know. So they're
350.
So that's
pounds.
Something like $700 Australian.
Something like that. That's a lot of money.
But don't they look sexy?
Back in the day, that's something I probably would have bought.
But look, it's
Before
got all
I had
the
kids.
It's got all the great colours. It's got red. It's got black. It's got these little. I think they call it the devil skin.
Yeah, the old demon skin. I am a big fan of the shiny, like multicolored sole plate. I'm a big fan of that. I'm not sure about you, but I do love. I
do like that.
The sole plate.
But
It's very nice.
I'd have to have the mixture of the metal
look
and
at
the molded stuff.
Just for a second, just look at the bloody box they come in, man.
That's pretty. I don't think I had to open that.
Yeah, like
Tommy's getting excited about boxes.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Nah, exactly.
Classic.
But that's an epic box.
Like that.
No, you can't not think about it. Can
No,
you?
I can't. But it's just. I think I'd have to attack that with an axe. I was going to say something.
There we go. Brilliant. But it is a nice looking boot. And
so what do you think about the no shoelace? Have you ever?
Me and Cammy do have. We're a big fan of the wider foot for the Copers.
Yeah.
And me and Cammy both bought, or I bought us from online. I bought laceless Copers because I did a lot of research, and the research that I came up with at the time was that the best laceless boot out there was the Coper. So the Coper was actually, and I was like, oh, cool. So I was keen to try a laceless boot, and I was like, you know what? I'll give it a whack because I tell you what, there's nothing worse as a goalkeeper when you're in the middle of a game and your shoelace comes undone, and you're sitting there with your gloves, and you're like,
and there's nothing worse than asking, hey mate, can you just get on your knees,
talking to your centre back,
just
dangle your foot out and be like,
a hand.
we got
those late last year.
Yeah,
and
the all black Coper.
Tried them out training.
What was your thoughts on it, mate?
Different.
Were they the low cut? Sorry, the low cut, because I know Copers. Because there's a few different cuts that the Copers do.
Let me see if I can pull it up on here. There will be up on here somewhere.
They're roughly mid-ankle cut.
So let's go Coper.
But definitely different.
Definitely. They are a nice boot though. I've had the Copers.
Once they're on and you're running around with them, you kind of forget about it.
Yeah.
But it's that first initial putting your foot in,
it's such a
not tying it up, going, oh, is this going to stay on? Is it not? And surprisingly enough, I gave them a good whack. No issue.
Have you guys, like, so when you get them, I actually really like those red and
the red and black ones look absolutely sexy. But I can see if I can find the actual. Oh, here we are. So here they are. So these are the ones that I got. Me and Cammy both got. They're actually slightly different sole plate to them as well. So they actually had a similar color sole plate to the ones that we just looked at, but they were like a purple,
they do look purple. Nice. Yeah, I do like the look of them.
To be honest, right, very strange feeling putting them on with no laces. Me personally, the size I got, I reckon, was a little too big, about half a size too big.
What size do you normally?
So I normally wear a UK 8.
Let's go US. So it'll be
US 9.
Yep.
What I should have probably done was should have went down half a size.
Yeah. So with Adidas, there, I used to, my previous life, many moons ago, used to sell shoes.
Yep.
And Adidas and Nike, even though this might be US 13, or sometimes the sizes do change, especially in boots and different and coat, different models and stuff. But what size were you, Cam, and how did you find them?
You got a bigger size than me, didn't you?
I was one size bigger.
Yeah, so you're US 10, UK 9.
Yeah, no, they fit fine, but it's just that initial putting them on.
Yeah.
Because you're just slipping them on and you just kind of like not tightening them up or anything like that.
Yeah.
You're kind of
like that's it.
What's going on here?
Did you guys...
As soon as you're running and that, you actually don't have any movement.
Did you guys do any, all the hacks you have on YouTube, like putting it in like water and doing all that type of stuff?
Yeah,
I was too busy for that kind of stuff. Yeah. But look, my personal opinion on it was, would I buy laceless boots again for the Copers? I'd probably say yes. But as a training boot, I felt, particularly for my experience, if I'd gone half a size down and it would have been that little bit more secure, then I'd be happier. I think that was more to a sizing issue, not a boot issue. So I think because it is laceless, I think there's a lot more room in it for you to be able to get the boot on.
Yeah.
So for me, I should have went down half a size, and I reckon it would have been a perfect boot
and your
for
different
me.
locking techniques you know with your laces.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, what you've got up here, look at that.
Mate,
that's the new Predator, or the new Copers.
Yeah.
That's 155 pound. We'll say that's a cheeky $300.
Yeah. Look, great boot for the money, but I am a big fan. I was surprised you didn't get them because I know that you're a big fan. I know that you're a big fan of Copers, and you wore Copers last season.
The fluoro
and then
ones,
I knew you were looking for a reddish boot for you to match your red kit, and I was like, Coper, here we go.
And then these didn't wear them.
Yeah, that was. I forgot. De Gea didn't wear the Coper.
They do look nice, but
they are mint.
They look. I just think of like lava and fire and death and destruction. I don't know.
And that's not you?
No, not at all. I'm a good boy.
Mate, I thought it's got like that red devil kind of look, which I thought you'd love, mate.
It looks really good, and looking at that and the price, I think I might have to get them soon.
I'm pretty sure there's a photo floating around of you that looks pretty mean out there.
Oh yes.
Oh well, I think we'll get to that in the next thing. So look, like the new boots are coming out. Just another unscripted shout out down to Onside Sport down there. Like they've got a great selection of boots out there.
I'm sure they'll get all these newer ones in, and
they will. They've got some good deals. If you sign up to their VIP thing, you get a percentage off.
You'd think we'd be sponsored by them by now. I'm waiting for Caesar's going to have to give us a message and be like, thanks for all the free shout outs. Like,
they've got a lot going on down there though.
They're going to cost you.
They're great. Look, what Caesar does, and not only all everyone that works for down at Onside Sport, what Caesar does for our clubs as well. The amount of kits he supplies, looks after us all, delivers them all. His son as well. I can't remember the lady's name down at Canning Vale, and
I've dealt with her a few times.
I'm going to see her soon, and she's probably going to hit me because her son's he's a keeper as well.
Yeah, he's one of the Perth Glory.
Yep. Under 15s.
I can't remember which one it is,
again,
but he won the goalkeeper. He won the goalkeeper battle as well.
Yeah.
So for his age group,
that's kind of all interlinked, and I do. Caesar's daughter too is also a goalkeeper.
Mate, it just runs in the family.
Yeah. So
it's in the blood.
So that's good. So shout out to those. So again, if you need boots, guys, go down there, have a look, try them on. They'll help you out there.
All right. Too easy, guys. So what we're going to do is we're going to go for a quick break. After the break, we're going to be chatting about a few other things. Like we're going to bring up the keeper wars, and we've got plenty of other things to chat about. So stay tuned, and we'll be back soon.
Peace. Inside 6 Yarns is proudly supported by 1951 Goalkeeper Coaching.
For more information, visit their website at 1951goalkeepercoaching.com.au.
Or you can find them on Facebook
or Instagram
at 1951 Goalkeeper Coaching.
Links are in the description below.
Yes.
All right, everyone, welcome back. And we are still back with Cam Richins joining us live.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for joining us today, man. Much appreciated. But we're going to step back into... what were we chatting about before? I can't even remember.
Well, we're chatting about a lot of things.
Yeah, well, lots. Too much.
Boots, gloves.
Everything.
Football.
Football.
Goalkeeping.
Speaking of which, guys, but we just want to do a little shout out to Employee Works as well for chasing us up and making us look fantastic, as we always do. So a little pop up there for you as well. But yeah, just shout out to Dado. He's a bit of a legend. Over there. Yeah, in the corner.
Whichever way, maybe.
Just covering Cam's face.
Yeah,
Let's cover all our faces.
Yeah, sure. We'll make it big.
Yeah.
But no, it's bloody. This podcast is just good fun. Hey, just absolutely love doing this.
Look, and that's it. Like, as I must say to you, I probably have a bit more fun than you do, Tommy, because you stress about it. You message me probably more times you do your wife.
My wife, yeah.
Shout out to your missus.
Shout out to Mrs. Tommy-Gun.
Yeah. Happy birthday soon too.
Yeah. It's her birthday on the 30th of June.
Ooh.
So I have to do something special there.
Hang on.
Better actually go out and buy her something.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
I've tried all lingerie, so it's going to be good.
Classic Yatesy getting a phone call during a podcast.
It's actually it's my daughter. what they've actually done is amazing. So they've got now a kids Facebook messenger type of thing.
Yeah.
Kids Messenger.
Yeah. So she can, with approval from myself and my ex-partner.
Yeah.
We both give
pick
approval.
Pick it up. Bring her on the show. Pick it up. Is it FaceTime?
It is.
Yeah, it's
there we
FaceTime.
go. There we go. So if this is the first time on Inside Six Yards, we've actually got a FaceTime, and we're just going to talk. We'll quickly chat to Yatesy's daughter. Just
it's saying it's. No, it's not working.
Not working.
The camera's
off.
It's in Ellenbrook. You've got to whip your goat to make him to get the reception there.
And you've just put 5 stars on the phone call quality, mate.
False.
Was from his end anyway.
Yeah, well, it's great for mine. I picked it up straight away.
But no, that's good. Now back to business, guys. But so I know that you love to chat about these football memes and how you always get selected for these puppies.
I don't know why. I don't know whether it's my top knot or just the things I do. I am a goofy looking guy.
Are we referring about Luke here or his twin brother Kevin?
Oh, his twin brother. Yeah. Yeah, Kevin. Is it Kevin?
Well, Kevin's actually my stage name.
Yeah, Kevin.
Yeah. So back in my day when I wanted extra money, I used to dress up, and Kevin was my stage name.
There you go.
So I think hopefully we're going to see a photo soon.
Yeah, so I'm
bit
just
of an inside scoop.
I'm going to see if I can pull up was it WA football memes?
Yeah. So shout out to them, like, guys, if you're listening, go on Instagram. I do believe it's a cheeky bit on Facebook, but look, even if you need, go on Google, check him out, because there's some awesome memes on there. A lot of NPL, State League football, Masters, socials, any football league
anything from Sundays to NPL,
anything that's posted on the internet.
Anything. Yeah, look at that one. Sweep the leg. Like, that's. I just think Karate Kid. Like,
it's just they somehow just get them really perfect frames.
He does quite well.
But no, it's good.
Look, there's a curtain one there. Repeat. Yeah.
Let's see if we can find some celebrity ones. With yours truly being our host, Mr. Yatesy.
Pretty sure there's about 3 or 4.
There's a couple there. There's a couple of glory ones there as well.
A couple of Chris Brady ones. They shout out. He's got his own little Skype show.
The man that knows everything.
Yeah, exactly.
There's goes shout out to Cade there.
Cade,
Kelmscott.
Yeah, Cade's concave chest was ideal in bringing the ball down.
Great DJ as well. Just
great DJ.
Real cheeky inside there. Good bloke too.
There we go. So
was that a Kelmscott cover? Go back up.
What is this?
So who's that? The yellow. If goalkeeper tackles outside his box, no one. I'm trying to work out. That's against Swan, isn't it? I'm trying to work who that.
Who's?
I'm gonna have to go away from
the goalkeeper.
Is he wearing a Peter Cech mask?
He is wearing a headgear. Yes, I do remember actually watching that because that was actually in the final.
Oh, okay.
Because I was there because we were in the final as well for the reserves that year, and we lost on penalties. Which
from this far back where I'm saying, it actually looked like one of the keepers from Kelmscott because of his curly hair. Sorry, Brendan.
You're not referring to North Beach there, are you, Tommy?
Oh, don't even get me started, mate. Oh, well, I can't because you guys lost to them as well on penalties and
you were there too.
I was there watching, and I recorded. I remember recording it as well.
So I've just seen one to the bottom right hand of your screen with the Simon Says. I'm not going to read that out.
No.
But that's quality.
I'll blur that one out.
And look at the goalkeeper blues.
Sitting in the net.
Few of them.
I think we've all done that.
Yeah, and to the next left.
Where's that?
When your keeper is more afraid of crosses than Dracula.
Oh,
Yeah,
I think we all know a was it like a vampire keeper? You know, they're afraid of crosses.
Yeah, I
think,
must say
aren't you,
sometimes.
I think you're a vampire, aren't you?
Sometimes I am, yeah. Until I see red.
All right, I'm gonna scroll down and see if we can find one of Yatesy because they're gonna cut. There's the first one.
There's a squad.
So I'm gonna click on that one just so I can get a bit of. Let's get a better view on this one. So this is the three curtain keepers.
Yeah.
Three amigos.
Yeah,
Three amigos,
yeah, look at that. So the club's goalkeeping department looked decidedly shifty in 2020 when Napoleon Dynamite joined Top Knot and Captain Creepier.
So on that, I'm so glad that I got called Top Knot because he could have called me a lot of things there.
Oh, yeah.
But notice the matching kit there, all red.
All red.
Boots,
Loves it.
Yeah, he does love the all red.
Connor actually got a haircut recently, so Connor, I just can't take you seriously when I look at you.
Yeah,
and
Rob always seems to get injured when I'm around a training.
Just side note, Tommy's not welcome when Rob's back.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
he just looks scary. He just looks weird.
Would you trust this guy with your finances?
No, well, I would. But yeah, but if you lost it, he'd probably get it back for you. Looking at that.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
All right, so let's have a because there was a few of them there.
I'm gonna have to zoom back down because I've lost it, but that's okay.
This is the beauty thing about these things. There's so many memes, so many photos have been sent in to him. He does really, really well.
What's this one? There's like some call it walking football. It's called over 45s. This is true.
That's where I'll be.
Let's go back up to the left. That's one of me in there.
Where's that?
Keep going one more to the left. Down. Yeah, left with the people jumping.
There.
Ambulance. Yeah.
Is that you?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Oh yeah. Oh, that is you.
Yeah, it's a
Ambulance.
weird
So what happened, son? How did you lose your scalp, Aaron? Well, I went up for this header, and to be fair,
That's a big leap, man.
Mate, he has got pretty high off the ground there.
So that was against Wanneroo. That's when I was playing for Kelmscott with the Resi's team. I actually believe I don't know if they scored from that one. They actually scored from one of those corners. I don't know if it was a win or just...
He's got bloody high there, so...
I don't know what happened, but they actually scored from a corner.
Look at that stretch. Ooh.
That's a great
During
stretch.
the COVID-19 crisis by working as a bike rack part.
Pretty sure you'll find one of Yatesy trying to do a wrestling move of some sort.
I don't know what you're talking about. You missed... That's another one there.
Was that another one of Yatesy?
Yeah.
When the mum striker's chicken dances too much.
It was way too much there. And also the son too.
The mum and son.
Yeah, mum and sons, yeah.
Classic.
There's one of Luke down at Forestfield there.
Which one?
In the middle there.
In the middle? Yeah.
Yeah, down Luke. I do believe he's come back from an injury, so hopefully he's all running fit now, so hope he's doing well.
All right, let's go for it. I think he loves to pick on you.
There it is. There's the kick.
Look at that. That's
the big boot.
Mate, that's a Seamus bloody high boot. That is brilliant. Oh, that looks.
He's only 2 foot tall.
Mate, I'm gonna have to zoom in on this one.
Barely got his foot off the ground.
Yeah.
What? Luke was keen, at least he called you by your name.
Yeah.
Luke was keen to find out what happens when an unstoppable force collides with an immovable object. Look, can you talk us through what actually happened here? Because it literally looks like you're trying to boot.
Was there any actual contact?
Yeah.
Okay. So story was the sun was really bad there. I wasn't wearing a hat.
Are you outside the box?
Well, that's the thing. I wasn't quite sure because I could see the cross coming in, and I didn't know where I was, which was bad on my part if I was in or out. And I thought, well, safety first, just get anything behind the ball. And then my martial art instinct kicked in. I saw the guy running towards me. I saw the ball.
Put your foot up and he'll get out of the way.
That's where the foot came up. And I'm not even jumping too, which is quite surprising.
No, you've still got it's pretty much a good 90 degrees, even more than 90 degrees.
I've kind of got my left hand out ready to block if he got a head to it, and my right hand.
Mate, you call it block, I call it like a fucking elbow.
He was never getting to that. You just wanted to go through him.
Well, if he did get the ball, I probably would. But it was.
That's brilliant.
It was pretty close to his head.
We can see that. Yeah,
good on him for bravery for going for it. I did. Said to him, well done, and I apologise. And
that was after he
ref said nothing. It was
the ref said nothing.
No,
not for a high boot or anything.
No,
oh,
not
wow.
that I remember. But
That just shows the refs in Perth again.
This is Yatesy's story version of it. You know?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh, look, you got the hairy Viking there.
Yeah. When Ned Kelly and the ginger guy from RoboCop got in the park, it was
That's well, I don't know if he's listening, but Adam Smith there down at Forestfield posting the Masters, quality player, absolute quality.
There we go. All right, I know there's one more of you. I'm going to see if I can find it. It's probably...
Is that the all... Okay.
It's definitely... It's the one where it's Kevin. It's not you.
Kevin, yeah.
It's not
okay,
you. It's
my
Kevin.
Stage name, yeah.
Yeah. But this is... But I need to find another for it.
That's a good one.
Footballer by
just
day.
looking at that down
From Street Fighter 2.
Curtin get in a bit there, which is good. Yeah.
Oh, loves it. No, mate. But
there we go.
There we go. There's Kevin. Let's click on Kevin. Kevin was annoyed when his mum had left his goalkeeping game with the Whites.
You know, the funny thing is I actually showed my mum this. And her first instinct was like, I don't remember washing that for you.
Cheers, mum.
And I was like, no, I do my own washing now, mum. If I need something ironed, that's a bit difficult, like a Calvin Klein, what do you call it?
Classic.
I can't even think of the print that I'm talking about.
Either
What's
way,
the bogan
ironing's
red and
not
black
our
thing? Flano.
Flano.
Calvin Klein flano shirt.
Oh, yeah.
Mum ironed that.
Ironing's not our forte. Let's put it
Well,
that
it
way.
is. I can iron.
Oof.
But with the iron, there's all these settings now.
Mate,
and
you gotta
before it used to be turn the iron on to a certain temperature and then you go.
You got to
Thanks
step
for
up
coming.
on me, that's for damn sure.
Yeah.
But when it comes to those technical ironing, that's a mum job, that is.
Oh, hands down.
But yeah, I
It's just
showed her that.
It's just something they can do, isn't it?
Oh, it's just many years of experience. But I showed her that, and she I think she got a little bit offended. She was like, "What? Why did you show people that?" I was like, "No, Mum, it's not. It's a joke, you know. It is what it is."
They don't quite get the meme aspect of it.
Yeah, but then when she got it, I understood she had a bit of a giggle. So,
Yeah.
and Dad had a bit of a laugh as well. Also, because I play soccer, I had a laugh as well.
She
so.
realised that you weren't the actual one that posted it and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. But no, it's good fun. Lots of funny ones there.
And
I think he did one of me, but I'm not gonna go and search for it.
You probably went to the you probably because you had the adult setting on it.
Yeah. I got to go to the kids section.
Yeah.
Or the under 6 foot section.
No, I was more talking like R18 ones. That's why you couldn't get to it.
No, yeah.
But look, hopefully there's many more to come. The season's just blossoming.
It's just around the corner, mate.
Yeah.
So I am bloody excited to get between the sticks again.
And you know who you are, and we hope to see many, many more. And I do believe that we're going to try and send a few photos to you so you can work your magic on a couple. So
Yeah, definitely, mate. Definitely.
It'll be good.
No, but I do potentially. I think with us being in the same league, we're gonna have to do something there.
I think we're gonna need like one of those. Maybe not like a Dragon Ball intro where we talk about fighting each other for 25 hours.
Like a Dragon Ball.
Yeah,
like firefight. Oh, what's it called? Street Fighter. Yeah. Street Fighter kind of.
Finish it. No, that's
Bit of Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, but we will have to maybe just, I know, like, you know, do a photo of you, do the stats, photo of me, do the stats, you know, and then we'll do something. We'll work it out.
Of course I have like I think I have a little thing for you. It's like game over.
Yeah, I like it.
The old Mortal Kombat game over.
And then to the viewers there, that's an intro to a bit of Tommy's work he's been doing. He's done a bit of a soundboard there.
Oh yeah.
Of all, can you do my favourite one?
Like
Darkness.
Was it Hello Darkness? Oh, what was it? Why?
Yeah.
No, it's not.
That's exactly what that is.
Failed. Yeah. Okay. Now do the right one.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
That's a tune.
You couldn't have got that more right if you tried.
With you again.
Oh, loves
That's
it. But
perfect.
yeah. So the podcast is always improving. We're always looking for
Shout outs to you,
I
Tommy.
was looking for more things, and I was thinking, what can I put on the end of like all the little cheesy jokes that we really do, and like that awkward silence. And I was just wondering, I could probably just do something like this. just to make it all the more awkward.
Especially those dad jokes.
Is anyone still here?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Is anybody actually still listening to the podcast? But we are available on all your leading podcast.
Yes.
Yeah, so we are
And iHeart coming soon.
iHeart Radio. We're trying to get onto there, but
96
you know,
FM.
we are on the biggest podcast network in Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, everywhere where you get. Or if you want, you can see our pretty faces on YouTube at Tommygun GK. And then you get the whole experience of us in the booth, or the booth, I should say, or the somewhat studio that we
My
have
crib,
at the moment.
my house,
Yeah,
my apartment,
Yates's crib, but
where the magic happens.
But we are potentially looking at getting a more permanent setup and a studio. So stay tuned. We're going to be updating you more information on that. But just keep doing the right things, guys. Keep liking, subscribing, supporting. Comment down below what you'd like to see more of, and we'll respond to each. We love to respond to each of the comments as well.
Yeah, give us your. If it's anything simple, you want to show a highlight of something you've done or your saves, training, advice, pointers, something that we messed up. Holler at us. Let us know.
Yeah.
Talk to us.
For sure.
We're getting annoyed talking to each other. That's why we keep getting guests on.
Yeah, exactly.
Give us something,
Bloody, do I need to pull out the crickets for that bloody joke?
No, that's true. I've been wallkeepers here. We training last night. Actually, had a really good training session. Walking a bit funny, a bit sore, as you boys would have noticed.
Bit of sore in the glutes after a hard session with Stu.
Just everywhere.
Yeah.
But our coach was sick.
Yeah.
So we got another fill-in coach.
Yep.
Top, great session. Everyone enjoyed themselves, which is, when a coach says he can't make it, a lot of the boys kind of go, we're just going to have an easy session, just kind of relax. But it wasn't like that.
That old chestnut, yeah.
Yeah, it was absolutely, I've lost for words. But one thing he said, and I won't mention names at this point, but he said if the boys started to slack off or, started to, almost swore then, take the mickey.
Mate, I got my finger on this beep sensor, so I can censor it live now.
Let them have it. And a few things were said, but shout out to Rob. He had a go at one of the players for taking a bit of the mickey with the drill. But it's that old chestnut when you do a shooting drill and it's like take one touch or shoot first time, and they take 1,000 touches and pretty much walk it in,
standing right upon you before they want to shoot.
Yeah,
I hate that.
But then give the guy credit. The next two he did, he tried to do it first time, missed it. But the third one he got it, and it was a really good strike. So I think that's the thing as keepers. Yes, we get annoyed about people taking the mickey with the shots, but when someone has a good shot when you're training, give them that credit. Give them well in, mate. And, you're not going to get the next one, or have a bit of banter with the boys, and I think that's what creates a good team environment.
Oh yeah, I think something as you get older, you you realise that you can't save them all, and that's something that you have to kind of accept mentally as a keeper as well. You can't have to just go, you know what, it was a good shot. Yeah. Just wipe it off and be like, yep, no worries, man, good shot. Back up. I'm gonna save the next one.
That's something with me going down to Perth AFC last season, this season. The lads that are down there, the amount of banter that they give each other, the amount of stick they give each other, but they're just behind one another every single time. It's just it's so enjoyable to go and train hard but have fun at the same time. And walk off the field from training, games and that, and just feeling like you've actually worked hard but had fun doing it at the same time.
It's a happy balance. Especially for amateur football, you still have to find the joy in it, but you do want to still work hard to a certain extent, but it is amateur football, so you still want to,
Well, you'd know what it was from when we were at Armidale together. Training was hard to get the boys motivated week in, week out, to get them to want to work hard.
It was just the squad in general was just hard because of the numbers.
Yeah, but trying to have the fun, the banter with them and stuff like that. It wasn't there. The boys, they weren't a unit. No. Whereas then I've gone across to AFC, and I tell you what,
completely different.
Oh,
when I came down and watched you for a few of your cup games, you can just the atmosphere down at Perth AFC is amazing. It's it's just a very well knit club, and it's a relatively new club as well.
Yeah.
So
they only started in 2017.
Yeah, so it's a relatively new club, but it's just well put together, and there's a lot of really nice people, and it's just got a great atmosphere.
That's probably where you have a bit of that advantage, where a lot of teams have been established for a long period of time. You have your gargoyles, and I'm no disrespect to them, but they've been at the club for ages.
Yeah.
And then you've got a team that's starting new, whole bunch of lads come together. 2017. It's only what my math says. That's 3 years, so 4 years now.
This is their fourth season, and already they've gone from one male and one female team playing socials to having played amateurs last season, Div 4, to being promoted, both league and Resi's winning the league. And their women's team got promoted from State League 2 into State League 1 for this year.
Nice.
And they've also got a males social team and also a second female team.
I've always said to Cam, I said, like, Perth AFC, I reckon you probably say, I'd say in maybe 5 or 6 years' time, I reckon you'll be talking about them in the amateur prem.
Yeah, I tried to poach you down a few times.
Yeah. That was a little, like, after my season at Wembley, I was just like, yes, I will probably definitely come down.
Almost had you over.
Yeah, nearly. You nearly
Told
had me.
you should have gagged and bagged him in the back of the car.
He's just too strong. Just couldn't quite get him down.
Call me, I would have got you.
I was just waiting for a couple of these.
Yeah. There we go, the cheeky son of it.
The little cheeky
But
punch.
that's good with the women's though.
Yeah,
They
they
did.
actually really, really well last season. Through a lot of injuries, like most teams have. They struggled some weeks. They had the bare 11 players, and ended up coming runners up in the league.
That's awesome.
So they got the promotion. But the club's just growing. From not only just the outdoor football scene to the indoor futsal scene as well. They're dynamics across the both.
It's one of the clubs. I think it's one of the only clubs in WA that does both.
One of very few. Yeah.
Yeah, and like literally, it's like even the other clubs will have like a different branch. Whereas this, it's like it's one. It's almost as if they've put it together, and it's like one whole team as opposed to like separate sections and separate names and stuff like that.
We've got a few players that come from other outdoor clubs to play the futsal scene, but there is quite a few of us that play both the outdoor and futsal.
That's awesome.
When you think about it as a business identity, which, like, let's not joke, like football clubs are that, they are a business.
Yeah.
Why not have hands both and go for both of those things, like amateur, like
Makes
football
sense, doesn't it?
and futsal?
Hats off to Rob, club president. He does a lot. Obviously, he sorts out all our gear, from bags, shirts.
Yeah, so they've
playing gear.
They've literally just gone
They
full
do
board contender now. For
full board contender.
Yeah.
So they're doing all their own apparel and everything like that,
which is
okay.
awesome. Yeah, so that's awesome. And they've
Oh,
got their own.
I didn't know this.
They've literally got their own site, and it's literally just like all. It's like
We've
Perth AFC's own brand or something.
Yeah. So he's actually got his own shop.
Yeah.
Which he can actually sell out of.
So what's your goalkeeper kit? So what would you wear when you're in the sticks?
So last season's is different to what this season's is going to be.
Tease us with last season's.
Last season,
Mate, it was a beautiful kit.
Oh,
I liked it.
Last season, I chose to wear the all pink,
fluoro
pink.
Yeah, you naughty boy.
So I remember Cam pre-season was just like telling me, he's like, I've got like a pink kit, and he had a word with me about it, and he's like, I want to be like matching. I was like, mate, I'm your guy to talk to. So I literally sourced down. I think it was from the UK. I literally sourced the exact shorts, socks, undershirt, everything the exact from Nike.
You were the pink flamingo.
Yeah. I was the pink flamingo.
And it looked, not gonna lie, I was pretty jealous when it all came in the mail, and I was like, damn.
So what boots did you wear?
Unfortunately, they weren't pink.
No, it's okay. Well, you can't really.
They were
you could have
red.
went with the.
They were red.
You could have wore the pink Predators that Taylor wore and the matching gloves as well.
I did actually talk to Tommy about pink gloves.
Yeah.
He did hook me up with a different set pre all this.
Yeah, so what gloves did you wear, Cam?
I actually wore...
He's brought them out. So luckily, we came prepared.
Yes, I did. I went with Tommy's pair of Ace gloves.
Yeah.
Which he had designed and had built.
So I had a few gloves made. When was this? So this would have been in the beginning of last year.
I think it was towards the end of 2018, start of 2019.
Yeah,
you had it all
and
out.
This is when I've got like the Ace brand kind of just messing around. It's just something I designed really, and I was I just wanted to see how I'd go designing a glove, and then I got it all started out, and I just had a word to Cam, and I was like, "Do you have any gloves for the season?" And I was like, "Yeah, just here's a pair, and here's a couple of pairs. Just try them out for me." And luckily, they're actually, I thought they were quite a decent glove. Like I did put in the removable finger spines, which is very controversial in the goalkeeper community. The finger spines removable with the little zip and stuff like that. Not very You're either really for or really against with the zips. But look, at the time, I was suffering from a broken hand. So this was when I broke my... So Cam was there for this, and I think I've mentioned it previously on the podcast. I did break my hand towards I think it was the last 2 or 3 games of the season, and I had to play...
Yeah, but let's be completely honest here. You broke it. We're unaware of it for a week and a half.
Yep.
And continued to play with it broken.
Yeah.
Hang on, did your missus ever did you complain about it when you were with her for that week? Did you?
I think a little bit, probably.
Did she tell you to go?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Definitely.
just find that so funny because I know Tommy.
Yeah.
Well, we know Tommy.
Yeah.
And we'd be like ourselves, we get an injury. Oh, it's fine.
Yeah.
It hurts a bit.
And it was...
you should really go to the hospital.
It was quite funny when I sent Cam the X-ray, and literally I think it was when I ended up getting the X-ray, I think it was about a month after I actually did it, or 3 weeks later, and it already had basically like the liquefied bone segment around the break. Calcified. So you know how you know how it like forms like almost like a, I don't know how to call it, but it's basically it's like a
cage.
It's basically like liquid bone or whatever it is that it forms like a ball around the break, and eventually molds into it. So that they showed me, and they're like, you broke it about a month ago or whatever. They're like,
Tommy's like, oh yes, I now remember.
I was like,
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I was like,
my wife did say something, but I can't remember.
So I ended up playing like the last 2 or 3 games.
Sometimes though you're lucky because sometimes when you get that. Again, I think I could be wrong, but calcification is. But when you get that, they actually have to break it again.
Re-break, yeah.
Yeah, so that was one thing that I was very lucky with. So when I broke it, they said it set perfectly. So it literally was sitting perfect. So when it melded together, it was great. And I was like, and they were like, you were very lucky because...
Was it right hand or your left hand?
It was my right, because I'm right-handed.
But to be fair, he played out the rest of the season.
Yeah.
Didn't miss a beat. Didn't complain.
Saved everything with his left hand and his foot. But he did well.
just put his body in the way and
that's
kept
good,
his hand
man.
behind him. But yeah, so that's But yeah, no, they served me really well. I was actually pretty happy with them. Of late, it's only basically been between those or the SDL gloves that I've worn.
Yeah.
And both of them are, for me, they've both been a good quality glove. Obviously, SDL through Stewie.
Yeah.
Had a few off him. We got a few through the keeper battles as well, which has been handy to have.
Yeah, we're going to touch on that.
Mate, we were all at the original goalkeeper battle.
Well, you know what? I'm sorry to cut it short, but let's stuff it. Tommy, do your magical thing and pull it up. Let's just rehash the keeper wars.
Are we going to go back in time, mate?
Yeah. So shout outs to SDL and 1951 for organising this.
It was really great. It was
to Freo for
for hosting.
Ground.
So I do believe. Well, I think this is the first goalkeeper wars in WA.
Yes.
Yes.
It was an amazing experience to be involved. There was juniors, heaps of people. It was a great venue.
I think it was close to 50 keepers the first time round.
Yeah, it was it was quite good.
And then last year got doubled, and they had women's, and it was great.
Last year's was insane.
Yeah, and for us being at both, we already talked about the fact that we did prefer the first one mainly based on the shots and the intensity of it as well. But hopefully that's something they'll address in the next one. But let's have a look. I'll turn it around a bit. And
let's just... Why don't... So it goes for 2 minutes 58.
Yeah.
Let's just watch it. We'll react to it, what we see. And then if there's something that we want to pull up, maybe we can let it play and we can go back to... what do you want to do?
Mate, we'll just go with the flow.
Have you got quick fingers, mate?
But all I know is... I know that the very last save...
Is my penalty...
No. It's a top bin save from yours truly.
Me?
No.
Me.
Oh, that's right. That was when we were practicing. They put that in.
Yeah.
So it doesn't count there.
No, not practicing. This was in live when I was versing.
Was this when you were versing
young
Kelmscott?
Yeah.
Brucey.
Juicy.
Yeah.
Juicy Brucey.
He was throwing top bins.
Mate, he had a wicked throw on him.
Oh,
So shout
mate,
out to
he's
Brucey.
incredible.
I learned a few things off watching him do that. Though.
Yeah.
Brucey did well.
I brought the throws into the second phase.
And that was
I remember you saying that.
That was the fun thing about it, because we were like literally, none of us had never done it before, so we were all just going, and we're all learning and kind of like watching each other going, oh, that looks good. I'll give that a try.
And that's the awesome thing about the Goalkeeper Wars, is that pretty much we didn't really know each other. And there's a few other goalkeepers which we never knew of. And that's how strong the Goalkeeper Union is. If it's state league, amateurs, socials,
MPL.
futsal, MPL, whatever, if you're a goalkeeper, we're all in this club together.
Yeah, exactly. So loves it. All right.
So let's play it. Come on.
So just for the viewers at home, if you want to watch, head over to our YouTube channel at Tommy Gun GK.
Do it now.
And do it now.
Do it now.
Let's have a little play.
Get out the chopper. There we go. I love it.
A little SDL.
Love it.
A little flag.
Great music. And this music was playing in the background. Is that Dylan down at Forestfield? I think in goals there.
Let's have a look. Oh, great little save there. Oh, there we got the double goals. Oh, that's a good one. Let's see.
Great pitch though. That was great grass.
It was so flat. So flat. No bumps. Great. Oh, great save.
Well done.
But who's going to be the first one out of us to come up?
Oh, great save.
And it's me. That was my shot.
Good shot, Tommy.
Yeah, there we go.
And this is the guy that was in the final with me, wasn't it? The Freo keeper, was it?
I'm not sure or if that's Brucey or not.
I think it's Brucey.
Is
Yeah.
it? Nah, that doesn't look like Brucey. That looks like
That's Brucey. That's a
they
throw.
just throw it.
Yeah, that's Brucey's throw.
That's Brucey.
That's a good save by me. 2 hands. 2 hands get to the ball. Oh, one hand. Who needs 2 hands? Go on yourself, young man. And that was the great thing about these keeper wars. It did bring a lot of young goalkeepers out, which was great.
Can you pause it for a second? Sorry, Tommy.
Yeah, all right, mate. I'll pause it.
So just in saying that though, what I really, really loved is just not only is the community behind the keepers, but so I knew a few keepers from Forestfield, from Kelmscott when I went down doing this, and I try to make a conscious effort to go down and watch these kids and encourage them. But what I loved is that even if the people didn't know the goalkeepers, we would watch the juniors and we would watch the kids and well done, and like and then they would come watch us.
Yeah. Just the way they had it set up, you had that ability to go and watch other games while you were resting as well. You didn't have to just stay in your spot and watch yours. And just, like watching the different varieties and everything that was going across the board. There's
a lot of talent
quality saves coming through all day long. Actually, I believe this one was actually quite a warm day as well, wasn't it?
It was stinking.
It was a stinker. It was a bloody stinker.
But it was actually, it was very, very fun.
So that's great.
So I remember, because I wore like 3/4 pants, and like I always wear like a compression shirt underneath my shirt, and I was bloody hot in that. But all right, let's resume.
Let's continue.
Love the music.
Well, that's what pretty much we're playing the whole night.
We've had a crap.
So this is when the eclipse came and it blacked out.
Wow!
And everyone just stood around, didn't know what they were doing.
So you gotta love a little technical glitch.
Well, that's twice now.
Technology, mate.
It's okay.
It always happens to me. I don't know why.
Never
Well,
happens
can
to
I
me.
just completely irrelevant to football? But I've just seen when we had technical glitch. I can't even talk properly.
Yeah.
That Mike Tyson, that Fury dude has decided to accept the fight with Tyson.
What, Tyson Fury?
Yeah.
Is he fighting Mike Tyson?
Well, that's what it said on Facebook, that he's agreed to fight him.
What?
31 years old, 31 fights. He hasn't lost. I can't remember the knockouts.
Yeah, I'm not too sure on that one, but
I would like to watch it though. I'm not much with the boxing guy, but
how old's Tyson these days though?
he's 50 something. I don't know.
That's
I wouldn't
crazy.
want to get in the ring with him, but I would jump in the ring for $1 million and just try and run around as much as I could.
Just last the 30 seconds or so.
As long as I bite my ear off, I'll be alright.
That's crazy.
Just don't let him get hungry.
All right,
I'll give him some
for some
Nando's.
reson it crashed,
That's alright.
but
Bring a few peri-peris.
Yeah, throw a few peri-peris at him. Yeah.
I'm
Pretty
just
much Perry's.
I'm just gonna try and put it back to where we
That's
were.
That's the whole part of doing this live. It's awesome. You got to adapt, got to adjust.
Adapt, adjust, improvise, overcome. Talk about
Also-
Mike Tyson.
Also goalkeeping.
I wonder what Mike Tyson would be as a goalkeeper.
I wouldn't want to face him in corners.
Something like the monk off Mean Machine. I reckon.
Oh, yes.
Funny that you bring that up.
Yeah,
All
we'll touch
right.
on that.
All right, cool.
All right, let's go.
All
Let's hit
right,
it.
so I think I've got it close to where
Yeah.
we were before.
It's all right. Great save that was.
All right. I
Here
think we
go.
were about
yeah,
here.
no, this is about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, too, shout out to all the umpires
Oh,
as
here's
well
me.
that we had.
Oh, is that you, Cam?
You've watched this enough times to know where you are. I don't know. Was that the one when I beat you?
Yeah.
Oh, what a save.
Thanks for bringing that up.
Oh, so these young keepers are incredible.
That's Brucey. Oh, is that no?
Nah,
oh, no, that
that's
was the guy that
Yeah,
first
the
year in the
older
final.
gentleman.
That was the old guy. Oh, yes.
Well done, son.
Just got there.
Oh, well done.
Oh,
Some
that's a
great
good one.
saves out of this game. Well
Oh,
done.
is that? I can't even remember who that was. Oh,
Well done. Kept it low. Oh,
that's beautiful.
cheeky.
Oh,
Oh.
my god.
Behave, son.
Let's have a look. Oh, I love the one hander in the bottom corner.
Well, you
mate.
know I love a
Yeah,
one-hander
I
save.
gotta love her.
Well done. Good dive technique too there.
It was actually pretty
Well
impressive.
done.
Oh,
Hello.
that's a great one. Oh, here we go.
I think that's me.
Is
it? No,
Nah, that's
not me.
Brendan. That's Brendan
Yeah.
Shorts. That's definitely Brendan.
The old
He
Kelmscott
does-
battle.
Yeah, there we go.
Ooh, good save.
Mate,
Well done,
are you
Brendan.
are you even in here, Yatesy? Were you even there? Oh, that's me. That's me. Look at that throw.
He just showed up for the final and won it.
Oh,
Yeah.
here comes top bins. Oh,
Great. Did you get a hand to that?
yeah.
Hang on a second. So they've done. Can we find the final?
Kim,
Because I'm not in any of those photos.
I don't think I was either. To
No.
be honest with you, I think that's just one that Tommy's found and comrised
Yeah,
himself
it's
in.
just all of Tommy. It's like put in Tommy SDL.
That's why it glitched because he
1951.
forgot that he hadn't edited
Yeah.
it properly.
Yeah, there's the
All
second
right.
one, isn't there?
let's have a look. So there is this. I'm just on their Facebook page now. So goalkeeper battle saves 1. Winners are grinners.
Let's do the winners and gridders. Let's just show the winners and gridders just quickly, just so it's believable.
I thought the trophy there shows it.
Let's
Top knot, loving the top knot. I love those kits though. I love those.
Yeah, the
kits.
fluoro yellow was
Yeah.
good. All right, let's go through all the winners. Hey, little tall guy. There's Michaeli and Stu. That was the runner-up.
Hey,
And
Who's this guy?
the winner?
Who's this
Look
guy?
at this guy.
winner, chicken
Guns
dinner.
out and everything.
Well,
Hey.
let's
It was pretty hot that day. I wanted to work on my tan.
Yeah. So let's just stand and admire he's
Yeah.
rolled up the sleeves and
So it actually, hopefully we can find the video. So it came to penalty shootouts, and I do believe I took the. I think the
Was it-
runner-up. He took the penalty first. I think he did.
Was it Phil that you were playing in the
Phil. Yeah.
Phil, yeah. So
Yeah.
I can't remember if Phil took it first or I took it first. I know I scored mine. And I think I just thought I'm just going to try and keep it down low and rocket it in.
and where'd it go?
And he got a hand to it and it went in because it was too much power, too much peri on it. So yeah, sorry, I went first. My bad. Yeah, so I went first, rocketed it in. He got a hand to it, like good reaction to get it. But it went in, and then he stood up to take his, and he skyrocketed it, went straight over the top. So yeah, that was it. That's how it was won.
Yeah, it's quite interesting. I'm gonna see if I can track back because I can't see it in the videos for some reason.
That's all right.
But I might see if I can track back to see if we can look at the final, mate. But
I think there definitely was a final. Who's that? That's me in that photo.
there's a little sex. Look, what's that little tattoo on the back
That
of your
little-
calf?
those
there?
peg
Is that-
legs,
Is that
yeah.
a Manchester United
Yeah.
tattoo?
I must say I'm very, very, very excited for the new kit that they're bringing out for this year's Goalkeeper Wars. I think
Is that they're looking at
the red camo.
yeah.
Is
It's
that
like-
confirmed? Is that confirmed that
I'm
they're doing
pretty well. I don't want to say yes or no because I don't want to get in trouble
that?
on Tuesday.
Yeah.
But I think it is.
I think it's pretty much there.
Yeah, because he's already.
It looks good. I like it. I do like the. Well, I love red. So what can I say?
Under 11s. Yeah. So I'm just quickly tracking back through it, and to be fair, we have placed a trophy in the center for all the viewers to kind of see there. And I think they did a really good job of upgrading the trophy and the newer one as well. I think you got robbed a little bit, mate, because to be honest, that the cup's nice, but I do love the little Golden Glove trophies that they did. Oh, look at that sneaky photo there, mate.
Who's that?
Who's that sexy beast?
That was straight after work. That was.
Yeah, and
there's the winner right there.
And there's the winner there, Jason Salandaris.
Top bloke.
Yeah, we'll have to get we'll have to get him on the show. He was absolutely. Speaking of top blokes,
speaking of sexy minxes, look at that guy.
Well, and definitely Cyril's already been on the show, but we're definitely going to have to bring him back on.
Yeah.
Bring him in the studio proper this time. Have a bit of a chat and a yarn.
You probably have to try and get him and Jace at the same time, I reckon.
Oh yes,
yeah.
that'd be funny. There might be some little beef there.
It's funny though, when those two were playing each other in the final, they were just laughing at each other.
Oh.
Like, there was so much banter going in between two of them. It was awesome.
Probably.
Speaking of people that we need to get on the show, this guy, Mr. Tando.
Ooh, yeah.
Shout out to him,
gentleman.
Mate. Yes.
Yeah.
Very excited. We definitely need to get him back, get him on the show and have a good chat to him. There's old McKaylee from 1951, legend.
Another sexy minx.
Look at that. Oh, look at that. That's last week's episode right there.
Yeah.
Mr. Yates, Christian, and...
I don't know why we're not wearing shirts. I can't see what we're wearing.
Camo. Gotta love... Oh, look. Was it the first comment there? Christian said we get involved this time. Classic.
Yeah, I don't think he actually got down involved.
No.
Came down and watched a bit.
I think he would have came down and watched for sure. But
actually, if that reminds me, he came down and that was his first futsal game back that evening as well.
Shout out to Christy as well, whilst we're screen sharing it as well.
Yeah.
Christy, beast that he is.
Christy is the female goalkeeper at Kelmscott.
Not anymore though.
No.
Isn't she? She left.
No. Well, I'm sorry, Chrissy.
Word on the.
Down low. She's down at Forestfield United now for the women's team.
There we go. So thanks for the update.
What league are they in?
I'm going to yell at her for not telling me that.
Okay.
But no, I did train a lot with Christy last season at Kelmscott, and what a lady! And
that was a first season.
Yeah, first season of goalkeeping, and tell you what, she picked it up so quickly, and just her personality was amazing to work with, and for somebody that was just so eager and willing to learn. And that's was it Jamie Kemp? Yeah.
This young lady here, she's
doing really.
She's in America now, or is she back now or not?
I'm not sure. I know that she did get a scholarship over to America. And
look at that. That's
definitely
awesome.
It's lovely. It's awesome to see female goalkeepers doing well, especially from WA. So definitely would love to get in contact with her. So Jamie, if you're listening.
I'm going to throw a little cheeky thing out here now. We are going to have a...
let them know, mate. Let them know.
International... She's played abroad.
Ooh.
And now she's back in Perth.
Ooh.
Playing for a team.
Ooh.
Which will be, I won't say until the next episode next week.
All right, so we've got a special female goalkeeper, our very first female guest,
which is
goalkeeper
awesome.
On the show, which we are really looking forward to getting some female. Oh, look at that.
What a unit.
What a unit.
Yeah, that sun in my eye was so bad. My ears look like I could pick up some SBS channel from 1951 there. Those big hands wrapping around that ball.
I do love the matching kit, though. The fluoro yellow matching kit.
But look how long and lanky. I look like a... I almost swore then. I look like a turkey with my long eggs.
Classic.
I reckon we just... Yeah, pause it, mate. We'll bring it back another time.
Yeah, I did try Skullbrack for you, mate, but
it's all good. Well, the trophy's there to prove it.
Yeah, we did. So, we do know Yatesy won, and we've seen the photos.
And
mate.
I'll keep saying it. But again, shout out to all the referees.
Look, there's an awesome photo of Cammy Boy.
Yeah.
That just went off the screen and such.
Just as you say it.
Just as I said it, I'll move this back and pause there.
There we go. Shout out to the photographer too, for both of them. Did a great job, or she did a great job.
Yeah, like some really nice photos there.
I can't remember the company that did it. Well, we both know who did it, but if you can just do the little magical
McHaley. Oh, I think it was.
No, it was what's her name's daughter that did all.
I can't even remember.
Yeah.
Oh,
we'll do the.
we'll do something.
It's on the pictures there. Do it up there. Shout out to her. She did
and
a
there's
great job.
that's an awesome photo.
Well, I didn't know
Tommy
jazz
Gunn.
hairs were back in, mate. What are you trying to do?
That's awesome.
He just didn't get the memo that day.
No,
Yeah.
definitely not. Mate, I'd love to say I found the finals, but I have not.
No,
but
it's so good. So just let's just rewind a bit. We were talking about this this high line and press.
yeah, so this is what led to a lot of your success last year, Cam, wasn't it? So with Perth AFC, you guys played a lot of high press football.
Yeah, a lot of my game was played on the edge of the 18-yard or just outside the 18-yard.
Yeah.
With
I do remember watching a few of your games, and I remember sitting on the sidelines, and especially in that cup semi quarterfinal against North Beach,
Yep.
and there was you in your pink kit, and then there was a couple of guys sitting behind me, and you were pretty much at the half, nearly at the halfway line.
Yeah, so
absolutely screaming at your players to kind of get up and like. Yeah, it was, and they were like, "What the hell is that goalie doing?"
Yeah, I like to get a bit cheeky sometimes,
Yeah.
and I like to stir the strikers up, and whether it be from a corner for us, or whether I know the ball's just sort of sitting up there a little bit, I
Yeah.
do tend to wander a little bit up, and I do tend to come right behind them and just
Yeah.
say good day, and
Yeah.
they turn around and realise it's me and go, "What are you doing here? Shouldn't you be back that way?" And I'm like, she'll be right, you know.
What I want.
You know, she'll be right. Yeah. So, but that's again back to Marco's style of play.
Yeah.
And the way that he had the unit as a whole move, from the striker, chasing back and everything. Like, we basically played a one man up front.
It was quite clever.
And it worked really well. We tried it out a few times, didn't quite hit it on the head to start with, and then we worked on it training, sort of understood the concept a lot better. I'll tell you what, it freed me up so much to just have that freedom to come up, and then the boys had the courage to know that I was going to be there to back them.
Yeah.
And then it was just
It is quite an interesting tactic because you do need to have. There needs to be a good understanding between the defenders and the goalkeeper, because if you're not moving together, or if you're not in good comms with each other, it can go wrong.
It's
easily.
a very, very dangerous.
Yeah. So you need to be on the same page there.
Yeah, you got to have very trusting, and it does expose. If something happens, expose the back line. It does expose midfielders, and most importantly, it exposes us as a keeper.
It's actually quite funny because coincidentally today, a video popped up on Facebook of something that happened back whenever it was the Wayne Rooney goal.
Yeah.
After he went back to Everton.
Yeah.
Keeper's coming out of the box, cleared it, it's gone straight to Rooney on the halfway line. He's nailed it first time, straight back in. So there is the risk to playing high.
Yeah. For sure.
But come on, like a Rooney strike. He did it he's done it with United.
He's done it a few times.
And you look at when he did it with when he was playing in America.
Yeah,
he won that ball back.
I remember that assist. Yeah, that assist where he won the ball back, and he's done the perfect
crossfield ball
cross, and he's literally put it on that guy's palate for him to finish it off.
You think about the risk. You look at the percentage of risk, what it is. Might be like 10 to 15% of something like a shot, and then you think of what you're going to get in an attacking sense. Yeah. So like the
if I had my choice about playing a high line or sitting back in my 6-yard box, I'm going to play high line every time.
Do you find that it depends what team you play? Because what if a team's high pressing as well?
So no, I'll still play a high line. I still will play a high line. It then forces that team that is playing a high press, they've got to either make the pass to the player's feet.
Well, yes.
Or
because they can only play as high as the defenders.
Or they've got to play wide.
Yeah.
And that's fine. If they want to play wide, that's fine. I'll drop back into my 6-yard box and wait for that cross.
Yeah.
But 9 times out of 10, it's got to be 100% ball to their feet. You can't play a through ball at all whatsoever because you're just never going to make.
You're kind of asking them to play in your game, aren't you?
Yeah.
For what you've been coached and what you've been training.
Yeah, you're making them do what you want them to do.
Is that your ideal style of football? Is that how you'd like to play?
Yeah. Yeah. Every time I would much rather sweep as a keeper than sit on my ass and do nothing.
Yeah, and I agree. And it's a big part. It's become a big part, and I think one of the goalkeepers that, especially I saw it this week, and I pulled it up now, just as we were talking about it. I pulled it up because Manuel Neuer. One of, just I think he's the big name when it comes to sweeper keeper. I think he's for me.
You think their whole team's kind of
but he just does it so well. But I think that he does do it unorthodox sometimes and comes out. It's funny because it is one of them things that, especially as that sweeper keeper role, you need to be very careful with it, and you need to be very confident in your decision making and confident with the ball at your feet. Because if you go that, and I've been caught out before with this, is if you make that decision, but if you're not fully committed and you kind of stutter, and you've got that half step or that half a second stutter, that's costed you that step, and all of a sudden that player gets there before you, and then you're in no man's land.
Yeah, definitely something that I was always taught playing, like starting at 15, 16s, was if you've gone to commit.
Yeah, and I remember specifically you telling me that when I was playing Armidale.
Don't ever half commit, because as soon as you make that half commitment, you've lost.
If you think here though, they're in this league, they know what he's bringing.
Oh, yeah.
They know what's in his lunchbox.
Yeah.
So they're always going to the strikers are always going to have it in their mind that he's going to be there to pick their pocket.
Yep.
Exactly.
So it's kind of like a Kinder Surprise. You know what you're going to get. You're going to get a toy in it. So they know he's going to be there.
Yeah, that's right.
So it kind of works. Even if he muffs it, the attacker's thing is like, oh, old mate's going to be ready to get me or to clean it up. So let's watch the video.
Yeah, I'll pop it on now. But it's really good. It's just that through ball and bam.
And it's nothing. All he did is just got in the way.
It.
He just stopped.
And he didn't need to do anything in special. That was the main thing. He didn't need to do like a big touchdown or pull a massive foot out or anything like that.
It
literally all he did was, we'll watch it again. He just put his body in the way.
Was it a head or a chest?
I think it's like a head or a chest, yeah.
And that's the thing, running out as well, you can see what is actually coming in front of you. So you know whether you need to go left, right, or straight back over the top of them.
Yeah.
And as an attacker, the balls, they're watching the fly of the ball, and as they turn to see where the goals are, and there's this big yellow or fluorescent pink or fluorescent yellow or a bright red lanky guy.
I'm a big fan of bright kits.
Yeah.
I absolutely love.
So they see this thing and they're like, "Oi, what's that?"
And it helps with that kind of stuff. It does. And people, and I don't think people understand it. Like, I don't think, just a keeper just wants to be bright. It's like, no, I want to be bright because when you hear me screaming keeper and I'm running out for the ball to collect them things, it's going to put that doubt in your mind, that split second that you're going to think, oh, I'm not going to get there, or I'm going to get cleaned up. And then I just said a naughty word. That's all right. I bleeped. I'll beep that out. But you can get cleaned. You can get cleaned up, and it's just, it puts that doubt in their mind that they're going to get there before you.
And we touched on this so many times for young keepers out there. Just the shouting keepers and that technique of coming up, arms up, knees up, right technique, going for the ball. Just those basic things. Yeah. Can make a big difference in a game, because as an attacker, you go for the header, you go to look, and there's this guy coming up you with a knee up, no malicious in it, not protection, hurt, but protection.
Yeah,
that's how we jump. That's our technique. Eyes on the ball, hands up, knees up. That's quite intimidating as a forward or whoever. If you're attacking the ball and you see a unit like Cammy, if he did that to me, I'd be like, oh, okay,
yeah.
I'll probably tickle him when he comes down.
Speaking of colours and everything, I think this year I need to hit you up for a purple and an orange set.
Ooh.
Purple and orange. Love
Perth Glory.
Well, no, two separate.
Oh, okay.
But one purple, one orange.
They're pretty much matching the Macron kits, aren't they? Very similar.
They're nice kits of Macron kits.
Similar, yeah.
Similar Macron that they're doing for the futsal.
Yeah, so I think our outdoor ones are going to be purple and grey.
But these ones are contender, aren't they?
They're contender, yep. And they actually look decent as well.
Yeah.
And are they tight fitting or?
No, they're not. They're not suffocating. But they're definitely not.
Because Macron kits do look like they're quite...
Well, Macron kits are just, the sizing's European. So, normally, for me, I'm a Macron. I usually go, XL, double XL. And,
so
I'm usually a medium.
Yeah, I know
sure
East Perth.
Yeah.
The East Perth lads out there. Shout out to those boys. Doing really well. they wear Macron kit and they look pretty damn sexy.
Macron itself is just taking over WA, especially with like, you know, a lot of clubs. And I know Dinella recently just moved to Macron as well.
Okay,
So we've got brand new kits from Macron this season as well, which they're going to bring out.
So where's Macron based? Like, who are they?
Well, the guy that runs it's John O'Reilly. I'm pretty sure he's the head honcho for
head
Perth.
Coach of.
And he's
head
also
coach of Armidale
NPL, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So he's
that just shows I don't know what's going on. With that type of
So
stuff.
John's
No
slowly
idea.
trying to take over Perth.
he's doing a good job at it.
But he's doing a really good job at it. So shout out to John as well, and he does a really good job at Armadillo as well. So, but yeah, and they've just opened the Macron store at the Pro Futsal Centre as well.
In Bibrelate, yep.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So they've got that Macron store there as well. So they've just basically made it a lot easier for everyone to kind of order their gear. And I know Canning City as well they've also done Macron this year as well. So they've got brand new kits from Macron as well. So there's a lot of state league and clubs that are going to Macron, and it's good quality gear. It's and it's good and it fits well. And I can't wait to get my Macron tracksuit from Dinella. And my bag, and you know, I'm just counting down the days.
So what are you going to wear? Are you going to wear inside the 6 yards, or are you going to wear?
Mate, I'm just going to have to.
Are you going to You're going to mix it up?
Yeah, well, definitely, mate. I'm all for inside 6 yards, but you know, when it's game day for Dinella, I've got to represent the club and do the.
What about training? What about training?
Well, I haven't got a training kit yet.
Unless you get, because if you get, cause for me, I'll wear my curtain stuff. I'll wear my SDL, and then I'll wear my inside 6 yards. Like
bit of everything.
I'm multicultural.
For me, I haven't got a training kit from Dinella yet. So like once I get a training kit, you know, I'll do the right thing and I'll wear my training kit for Dinella. But like they haven't given us anything yet, so I was like, you know, I'll wear my inside 6 yards, do the branding.
Honestly, these like really nice.
They're so good. I love. Yeah, and the half zips that we've got as well are really good. And
surprised the missus hasn't stolen this yet.
Yeah, mate. I think
won't be long.
I had to grab this one off the missus before I left the
before
house.
Cam was resting, you try and take it off.
Yeah. Give it.
So
I'll sleep in it.
Yeah, with Tom in it. So speaking of Cam, I think it's only fair that we throw a few cheeky questions at
mate. Is the way that we love to end all of our Inside 6 Yards episodes, as Cam is a listener as well, so we will we'll do a little cheeky questions for you, mate, and just like we do all, I guess. But
do you have the shooting? You need to get gun
mate. I have a reloading one.
Do the reload, because I want to do pretend to shooting, because that's going to be my
get on the ball, Tommy.
Yeah, reloading.
Okay.
There you go. You're reloaded. Yeah.
I'm reloaded after shooting. So the first question is
that's how this went, and it was like a bam and a I timed it bad. This one. Yeah, that one. Yeah.
It will get better. Give him a chance.
Yeah. So stand by, all you guys were all the technical glitches definitely come down to me, and all the bad sound effects. But it's always good fun.
And all the naughty words sometimes.
All the naughty words will have to get bleeped out, but
yeah,
it's all good. I got my sensor here, so it's all good.
So Cam, my first cheeky question to you, mate, is your favourite goalkeeper or goalkeepers?
Oh, currently is De Gea.
Good choice.
I mean, despite the fact that I'm a United supporter.
It's a hard, sorry, Tommy.
I'm just going to go hide in the corner.
It's a hard choice with United keeper, because we've had a lot of great keepers.
Look, we have, you know, from Barthez to Van der Sar to, you know, Schmeichel, you know, but currently at the moment, De Gea ticks the box for me. I know he's, you know, people are saying he's underperformed and everything else.
He's been under a lot of scrutiny.
But he has, you know.
Look how many shots he's had, though.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
How
I feel bad.
I mean, overall, you know, as a performance and, you know, as a keeper and everything like that, you know, you watch him play, you watch his style and everything like that, you know, he's absolutely phenomenal in what he does. You know, whether it's using his legs to save, getting off the ground, high catches, anything like that, you know, tips over.
I think he's just built for it. He's just
a keeper. Like, and I agree with you 100%, because, you know, there's a few keepers I like, but he's mine at the moment. And there was that one save, I think it was against Everton, where he's
right down the middle of the goals when he's already been on the floor.
Yeah, so he's dived down, jumped up and got it.
Yeah.
But just that, because he started off as a young goalkeeper from Spain, You know,
Not Germany.
Yeah, not Germany. Couldn't take a knock. Like it's a bit like myself, you know. So, but then you know he developed in the English Premier League because it's a different type of football. Anywhere you go, and now he's blossomed.
Yeah.
I actually saw it. I've followed him on Instagram. I've sent him a message too, so hopefully he replies. But he's back at training, and he took a photo of his feet.
Yep.
And he's got blood on his socks because he's just been training so hard. And some of the drills he's doing is, they're simple, but you look at the intensity and the skill that he brings.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, and that's right. And going on what Nick said as well when Nick was on as well. It's down to the professionalism and so forth of each and every single day. Going out there. Being the first on the park, being the last one off the park, or doing a bit of extra training here or there, whatever it may be, working on this when it's not working right. And, I'm sure for as much stick as he cops as a professional, athlete, he goes back and he analyses himself and he works on what he can and can't, but hands down, he's been, an absolute keeper.
How many times he's saved?
For quite a few years. But going further back, which I touched on with you guys a little bit earlier in regards to shorter keepers.
Yeah.
Shay Given was probably a keeper that I looked at as someone that I felt was kind of very underrated.
Because how tall are you, Cam?
I'm 5'9".
Yeah, so he's literally like half an inch taller
Yeah.
than me.
Yeah, so played at Newcastle, Republic of Ireland.
He was only 6 foot, wasn't he? Was
He
he
was-
less than 6 foot?
I think he was borderline 6 foot.
Yeah.
Off memory.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you were to ever go back and look at some of his highlights, just some of the saves that he pulled off and that, for back in that day, that part of the era as well, he was probably another one that I looked at.
Oh,
And
yeah.
sort of, went,
Nah, for sure.
went, what a keeper.
Oh, well, yeah, exactly.
Mate, I'm surprised that you opened up with that question. I thought there's another one that you tend to love to ask.
Well,
first.
see, this is the thing, though, Tommy. I like to mix things up, so I'm going to push you aside, and I'm going to ask the next question: is your favourite your favourite football movie?
Oh, have you already mentioned it?
He has. I think he's already mentioned it.
Yeah, no, I have. Definitely Mean Machine.
Yeah. Mean Machine for the win.
Yeah, it's actually quite funny because I was actually talking to a colleague at work in regards to
professional.
about Vinnie Jones actually,
Yes.
and how Vinnie Jones actually winning goals for Wimbledon.
Yes,
I believe it was.
There's some good footage on that on YouTube.
And
It's
it's actually quite funny because you sort of look at the movie and you look at the monk playing, and you just think of Vinnie Jones in goals that day for Wimbledon. And you just think these two are just exactly.
It's
what
as
it
if
was.
the monk was written about Vinny.
Yeah. It's almost like that whole movie is designed around Vinnie Jones. I mean, the man was an absolute beast in his day.
Yeah.
He was.
Star.
Yeah, I kind of refer to him similar to Roy Keane. Not the greatest in the way of footballers, but they would give you 110%, hard as nails.
Just quality player.
And if you were going to get past them, you were made to pay for it.
And the fact that it's just like the presence as well.
Yeah.
Like, even if he wasn't having the best day, but you knew he was on the bloody park.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I hate Arsenal. Can't stand them.
Yeah.
Never have. Never will. And it's. I know I'm supposed to hate Liverpool. Whatever.
Man City.
That is what it is. But I hate Liverpool. Hate Arsenal.
Yeah.
But you look at the likes of when they had, Patrick Vieira, Lauren, Bergkamp, Ashley Cole, those kinds of players.
Mate,
They had a good squad then.
They were a great squad.
Yeah.
But they were also
Henry in Arsenal days.
Yeah, mate.
As a United fan, we don't like him.
It's
a quality
we do not
player.
like him at all.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm referring to the
I
Barthez
remember
goal.
Arsenal. And
But-
I remember Henry just absolutely tearing up.
They were good players.
Yeah.
But you also knew they were there.
Oh, yeah.
And that match between United and Arsenal that got very, very heated with Van Nistelrooy and everything else that went on with it.
Yeah.
That's the kind of football that we grew up with.
Yeah.
Nowadays it's a little bit like hit and miss sometimes, with tackling and so forth.
Yeah.
But
Another one is speaking of tackling, Roy Keane from Manchester, number 6. That's the first, and
the City
viewers,
tackle.
because that is the first book I ever properly read. was Roy Keane's book. And I don't read much, as you can probably tell by how I speak. But that was the first book, and my mum bought me that book because I had to do a project at school for English Lit, where it was, and I had to read a book and write about it, and that was the first book I wrote.
The infamous Roy Keane tackle.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And just
the ball was there. I'm sure it was.
Yeah, and just his passion.
Oh,
he would go in for the ball, and he wasn't the most fancy like a Ronaldo or whatever.
He
but
wasn't
he
technically
was just,
gifted.
No, but he just, like you said, just 110%.
Yep.
You want to play this way to Ferguson? I'll play that way.
And that's what I think. Coaches and managers and all that. That's what they want. You can be your Cristiano Ronaldos and that, and you can have all the tricks in the world. But unless you've got the dedication and the ambition to do what they want you to do, mate, you can sit on the bench for all they care.
Yeah. Well, to be honest, I'd rather be a player that might not be, like Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah.
I want to be that player that gives you 110%. Because I know I'll probably get more game time. Because you might get, old mate, I wear 2 different coloured boots. I'll sit on the bench. Old mate, come on. We got 10 minutes to go. We need to score a goal. Jump on.
Yeah.
What do you got?
Yeah. And there's a lot of players that have gone through the leagues, whether it be local league and on professional and everything.
Yeah.
That, have been underrated and everything like that. Haven't managed to get a full-time gig here, and then they've gone somewhere else and absolutely blitzed it.
Yeah.
So who would that? I'm trying to think. There's a few players that have been like that. Jeez, my mind's
I think the one guy.
I
think the one guy that pops to mind is Armadale boy. Played for Socceroos.
Sainsbury.
Sainsbury.
Yeah. So So Trent's a person I know. I've known him from being around the Armadale club.
Yeah.
His old man's been down there as well, and he's one that sort of started off at Armadale Juniors and went into the NTC.
Yeah.
Got into Glory Youth and crossed to the AIS, I think it was, and then into Central Coast. And then from Central Coast, obviously, then winning the league and that. He's then gone over to the Dutch League, I think it was, to PEC. And then he's branched into the Chinese League, and that was all well and good
big
to start
money,
with.
and that's good.
Yeah. I mean, he was playing against some of the top quality players that could have been taunted in there. But then they changed their dynamics of the league and how many overseas based players you could have, and that's where his little downfall, I think, came. And then the opportunity to play there sort of dried up, and then he got loaned out a couple of times here and there, and to some good quality clubs.
Yeah.
And then they brought him back in, and then obviously sold him on, and he's still doing his thing overseas.
Yeah. Do you know where he is now? Just as a local boy, like where is he?
I can't think of what the club name is, but I can bring it up on my phone for you.
Yeah, mate. Bring it up.
I know.
That's
I know they're
cool,
playing green.
That's a good start. It's awesome to have like a local Perth boy.
It's nice
to do
what
he
see.
did.
Yeah, it's nice to see the local talent doing well as well.
Yeah, and you know what? Like I used to see him. Obviously he's a few years younger than me. I used to see him down whilst I was training with the 18s and reserves and stuff like that, and he would be there doing extra training with personalised coaches and stuff off to the side. This is when he was in his NTC days, and so
that's awesome.
He's playing for.
I'll
let Yates read it out because I'm not.
That's Maccabee Hayef FC.
There we
Let's
go.
just double check with someone who's smart.
Mate, I'm not that
That's
smart.
Maccabee.
Yeah,
that's definitely Maccabee Haifa FC.
Yep, so that's where he's playing at currently. He's over there with his wife and son.
Oh, that's awesome.
But yeah, so he was actually, well, from what I could see, off the TV or off the internet and that, they're actually having a pretty decent season. I believe there is someone else playing there, and I could be wrong in the aspect of Rukavica, possibly.
Okay.
I know there was one other player that was over there that's Australian as well in the same team. But yeah, he actually, just having a quick yarn about him, I know when he first went to PEC, he actually ended up with a knee injury straight off the bat, which was obviously not a very great start to your career over there.
Nah.
Went in for a slide tackle and actually hit a sprinkler top.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, busted his knee up and...
Ow.
Yeah, I think it was his first game in or something, I think, to a new club, and, you've just got your first club of a European, stature, and... yeah, what a way to introduce yourself to a new league. But yeah, so hats off to him doing well over there, and the rest of the Aussie boys that are around.
Doing what they got to
the
do.
traps, yeah.
It's always good to see not only a local boy but like an Australian player like, as a keepers. Matty Ryan.
Oh yeah, man.
Like when you regardless, like always loved United fan, love watching United. I see Matty Ryan play, and it's it might be like a Sunday game. It's like United have already played. I'm going to stay up late and watch this game because I want to see Matty Ryan.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you've got a little, inside of you, he's Australian. You have a little bit of a soft spot. You want him to do well and everything like that.
Yeah.
Because is Moy still playing in the same?
Yes.
Yeah, Moyes plays for like West Brom or
that's the same as
no. They play for Brighton.
Brighton, that's the one.
So and that's the good aspect of, from these days to back then. We've got a lot more Australians. Probably playing around the world than what
not like Leeds with what was it, Viduka and
Viduka,
Kuhl. Yeah, was it Viduka or Kuhl that did that cross, the outside the foot thing. That's going back in the day.
I believe that was Kuhl, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Not Kuhl, sorry. I believe that was Viduka, wasn't it?
That was
with the touch.
Killer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez, that's showing our age though.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna sit in the corner. So I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
Speaking of sitting in the corner and talking to yourself, do you have a question?
Favorite gloves, mate. So not necessarily your like the gloves that you're wearing at the moment. It might be, but like if you've maybe got like a pair of gloves that you have like a special memory attached to, or favorite glove of all time, or anything like that.
I wouldn't have any that I'm attached to, so to speak, but I do remember my first finger saves.
Yeah. Okay.
Buying my first pair of finger saves cost me, it was about 120 at the time.
Okay, yep.
So it was my first quality pair that I
like an Adidas kind of finger save. Yeah, model.
Yep. And I just remember thinking, oh yeah, cool, like these finger saves and everything like that, and because I had a few bent fingers previous to that, and it is quite painful. But they're probably the first pair that I bought that I really actually wanted to spend some money on.
It's always funny though as a keeper, isn't it? Like when you're young and you're a junior, like you kind of like, oh mum, dad, I'm a goalkeeper, I need some gloves. You get the kit gloves and they're stinky. They're like the Umbro $20, like nothing there.
It's all peeling away.
Yeah. Then you get your job and you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna spend some money. Then you go into the shops and it's.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I actually got mine from online. Had them sent over from England. Yeah. I think it was around about the same time I got my boots.
Well, that goes to my next. Well, I'm going to jump in there, Tommy.
Mate.
Your favourite boots?
Yeah, it was definitely the Champagnes.
Champagne.
The Champagnes.
Yeah.
The Champagnes.
It was under 18s, had those. A mate of mine had the whites, and a different mate of mine had the red ones.
So they're the Adidas Predators.
They're the Beckham style.
So they had
with the long tongue.
The funny tongue, lip. I actually had the white ones of them. They were killer.
Yeah. So that was a bit of a fun moment for a few of me and my mates playing the same team. All sort of same boots, different colours. Yep, I'll get these ones.
Yeah, nice.
So that was something that I wish they kind of still had those boots around, to be honest, because I'd still probably be buying them.
Well, I actually had because they were I actually like those boots too.
Mate, they were so popular. Like back in the day, and it was all about the tongue and the elasticated bit that you put around the boot, and it was all about that's what I remember as a kid playing back in Scotland. And England.
They did one. I can't remember how long ago it was, but they actually did one when they had Tunson weight in the sock liner. Which, if you don't know what a sock liner is, that's a little bit of foam bit that's inside the sole of the shoe, which you can take out. If you've got orthotics, you take it out, you can cut it and mend it, whatever. Yeah. But actually, the Predator had this little, I don't know how many millimeter it was, but you'd have different weights in it. So if you were, I think it was like a power swerve, all that type of stuff.
That was, those boots actually came out with them.
Yeah.
So that would have been like 2003.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like almost nearly 10 years, 20 years ago.
That makes you feel so old.
Around 2003, 2004.
Yeah. They were a good boot though. I love just that sleekness because I've got long feet,
mate. They're around
I've got wide feet.
they're around that total 90 kind of era.
Yep.
And I remember total 90s, and I loved them. I used to have like the white and the red ones. And with the big 90 on one side and the big tick on the other.
Sorry, Tommy. Can you bring up total 90? They've done a new one. Well, it's actually for the I don't know if it's the Tempo or the whatever it starts with an M. They've actually Mercurial. They actually copied.
Was it?
Just put new Nike boots. New 2020.
90.
They've actually copied an old style of boot, and it actually looks really, really good.
Let's have a look.
There should be a black and
just pulling it up.
Yeah, there you go. Fourth picture.
This one.
That one there. So that's the old school boot to the left. So it's like the total 90. Sorry, Phantom Venom. So they've done the new one now, which is the one on the right, which is the black.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's got the total 90 feel.
So it's based almost loosely on the total 90. So like speaking of the total 90s, they are. These are the poppies.
I had the indoor boots of them. Yeah.
These ones.
Yeah.
So that's exactly what I remember. I remember getting the boots, and I also remember getting like the shoes. So
the
like
normal shoes.
Yeah, so like the normal
runners,
shoes. Yeah, and I'd just wear them everywhere. So I'd like just switch my 90s over and like
I actually got that exact same pair, but in an indoor boot.
Yeah.
And that was I got them in Thailand.
So
But I think of when I think of Total 9, I think Rooney wore a pair of them, but not those type, but
such
a type
good boot.
of.
So Tommy, when you had those,
there he is. He's holding the boot right now.
Was that back when you were still back in Scotland?
That would have been England days. So
were you walking around like a full kit wanker? Or?
Yes.
Hey, there it is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Throw that one in
definitely.
Yeah.
There we go. There's a picture of Rooney wearing his yellow. So
Nice.
I was never a fan.
They look good though.
I was never a fan of them ones. I was always the traditional T90 guy.
Yeah.
Was that his Everton days?
I think so.
Yeah, he looks Everton. He looks like.
sure.
Well, actually, no. That's actually United because
I was
of
gonna say
the background.
that's definitely.
Yeah.
That's definitely.
Oh yes.
Well, he's got Everton tattooed on him.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool though. Like you got to think as a player, you play for Everton, and you play.
And I do remember going back to the shops, and they were all sold out of the red ones. And when I went to go back for the next season, and I remember getting the brown ones.
Yeah.
As well, so I remember getting these ones.
Didn't they do Ronald Dino did one that were all like kind of black and they had like a brown and I think they were.
Yes.
This is cool.
Mate, like,
we are really showing our age now.
We are.
But I just like
they were an iconic boot for that era.
Yeah, I would love them to just bring back this. Just
they need to modify it a bit though, because look how high those toes are.
Just modernise the shape of the boot.
Wasn't
maybe
there a bit of a rumor of them bringing back the Predator, the Beckham style Predator?
I think that there is.
I think there's a couple of
an exorbitant amount of like $700.
And that's the thing, like and they do occasionally do re-releases of stuff like that, but then they make them extortionately.
Yeah.
So like they need to do like I'd love for them to do like a proper reboot and then just sell it like they would like as a new release.
If you spent $700 for a boot, why would you want to wear them?
Exactly.
Knowing my luck, it'd last a season and that would be done.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
we'll if the new Predators come out, $700, we'll go half and we'll go one foot each. We'll just frame it. Yeah.
So these are the new. Are they the old ones?
They're the old ones, and then the new ones are the black one, which is to the middle of the screen.
They're fire zoom or air zoom total 90. Yeah.
Oh, they're just a good boot.
And I think that was roughly when you could start embroidering your own name and that. On
yeah,
as well.
you could put it on the side. Yeah.
All the initials.
Everyone started doing that and thinking.
I think they were the bee's knees.
I've made it here. I've made it.
Yeah, I've got my name on my boot. Playing amateur football. I'm 18 years old.
Loves it.
That's a good key in for our next episode. What we might do when we get our guest on next Friday, which she will remain nameless because we've already mentioned that, but maybe we can bring up about worst boots or the worst designs that we've seen, because there's a couple, and I think I actually had one pair of these. And they were awful.
I think everyone's had at least one pair that has just been.
I've made the mistake of buying boots and cheaping out and getting the wrong stud pattern. So for me, like I remember, just going on to your Sports Direct and something like that, and you've gone, and I've not I was just young and naive and going, oh yeah, these ones are a little bit cheaper, and not looking at the sole plate and realizing that it's
your parent hat on.
Not realizing that it's like an artificial ground boot or something like that, which has not got the studs.
Especially
built
as being a goalkeeper, you
need to have that. That solid, stud pattern there. But last question for you, Cammy. Do you have a favourite goalkeeper memory that pops into mind, mate? So, like, a particular penalty save or an assist.
Are you sort of alluding to something that you think I might talk about?
Yeah, maybe.
I can see the awkward winks.
No. So we'll talk about the penalty shootout game against North Beach.
Yeah, loves it.
Yeah. Luckily, Tommy was there and he filmed it for me, so I do actually have some videos of that, which is good.
We'll definitely have to plot the videos on it.
So
I don't.
I'll have to show Yatesy after this.
Yeah.
But definitely a moment. I mean, from being a keeper and an outfield player, and as a keeper, some games you might get 1 or 2 chances to really make an impact to show what you're there for.
Yeah.
Because some games you might not even get a chance to do anything.
Yeah.
So anytime there's a penalty shootout, I'm always going to put my hand up.
Yeah.
Always. I put my hand up for the penalty shootout. Elected to go third.
Yeah.
Nice and safe in the middle there,
Yeah.
Just to be on the safe side. I am.
Yeah, not first, not last.
If I'm not a keeper, I'm a defender, so I'm in no way a striker.
But to be fair to Cam, he does have a good boot on him, and he can whip a ball.
I think we need to have a training session here. What do you reckon?
So So what was it? I think we struck second. I think it was.
Yeah, I think they were first.
North Beach were first up.
Yeah.
So were you in goals at this time?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was keeper for the night.
It finished 0-0 as well, by the way.
Finished 0-0. Yeah, it was a pretty...
North Beach's style of play, and in the cup in particular, was very negative style play. It was very sit back behind the ball and play on the break.
And no disrespect to North Beach, but I actually thought they were quite poor on the night. In the 90 minutes. For me personally, I didn't really have a lot.
You guys were all over them, you had nothing to do.
I think I made 1 save or 2 saves, like genuine saves. The rest was just scoop ups or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, went to. I mean, we didn't take our chances either, so
it was the same thing for us. In the
we
final,
clearly didn't play very well.
Yeah, we had all the ball, just couldn't do anything with it because they did. To be fair, they came with a tactic, and they executed it well.
Yeah.
They basically parked 2 buses, not 1 bus. They parked 2 buses, and it was literally like try break us down, and we couldn't. So fair play.
So they stepped up. They scored. We scored to go 1-1. Then they scored.
You had I think
2-1
three saves, 2 or 3 saves you had. Because I know that you went on.
Yeah, so they went 2-1 up. We went 2-2.
Yeah.
Then I saved their third one.
You saved their third one.
Took the third one, scored it. Saved their fourth one, and I'm just sitting here thinking,
just buzzing.
Here we are. I think we were 3-1 up at that stage.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, here's roses, and the next person to come up take penalties is the person that would take the penalties for us during a game, and has done throughout the whole season.
So you're thinking that flawless victory.
I'm walking away from the goals, going.
So literally, it's if he scores this, it's the game's over.
It's done. Yeah. And normally, you'd throw your house on him to do it.
And he's come up and scored it.
Don't know why he's decided to go all power.
Yeah.
And Ollie, thanks very much. Skied it. I think it's still hitting up in the...
It's still going.
Well, it's actually a good thing because I do believe, is it this week or next week that America are going up the space station, so they might be able to get it.
He might be able to find it and bring it back down. So he skied that, and I'm going, bugger, So I go back into goals. I believe they scored that one, sent me the wrong way, I think it was. So then our next player steps up, has the ability again to win it. No dramas whatsoever. I don't really... This was a new player to us, so I've never really seen him take penalties, so I wasn't 100% sure on what he would do. And I believe he put it wide of the post, and the keeper did go the right way, I believe.
Yeah.
So then it went to sudden death. And they stepped up. I picked the way he wanted to go.
Yeah, you did.
But I stuttered. And
you didn't get to it.
And I got a hand to it, but pushed it under my hand and into the post and into the goal.
Yeah.
And then our player stepped up and I think hit it straight at the keeper or something stupid, and we ended up losing and going out. But for me personally, that was a big moment
to make a save and then score and then save again. Yeah. Not many goalkeepers can say they've had the chance to do that.
Like, we will have to eventually get the video.
Yeah,
up.
I'd love to watch that,
and we'll get it on the channel as well. But
I actually picked one. I can't remember if it was the first one that I saved or the second one. But I picked him. He was their centre back all night, and all he did was hoof the ball.
The big ball guy, yeah.
All he did was hoof the ball. The ball.
It was a shocker of a penalty.
He's left-footed. And I thought to myself, he has no real control here.
Yeah.
He's just going to go simple and stick to his side. And you'll actually see in the video when we show you it, I actually step early. And I actually end up saving it by standing in front of it. Yeah,
it's quite funny that one. It was kind of like just like, what the hell just happened? But yeah, look, I was being there and watching it. The raw emotion of that penalty shootout was amazing just to watch, and I was part of it as well, which was amazing. But like when you see Cammy make the first save, and it's just that raw emotion you can hear. I was just like, and you can hear me screaming in the camera like, "Yeah, Cammy!"
It's a hard thing with keepers because really at the end of the day we're not expected to save penalties.
Yeah. No, and let alone score penalties as well. And then after he scores the penalty, I'm pretty sure that's when the chest bump came out. And that and you've got the Perth AFC crowd, which have come out and they're really awesome and they're quite boisterous, and and he was all did the fist, the chest bump towards them, and it was like, honestly, I couldn't believe that it went the other way because it went so well.
But hey, that's football.
And that's it.
Be a cruel mistress sometimes.
That's exactly right. You can have 90% of football and still lose.
And I remember chatting to you after the game, and like you were just
mate, I was devo.
Yeah,
like you would be.
Yeah,
it took me a good 10 minutes to go into the change room afterwards.
Yeah,
that's how frustrated I was. Yeah,
I remember coming to see you, and I was just like, mate, I was like, I don't know exactly how you feel at the moment, but I can imagine it feeling pretty bad. I think
you found out a few weeks later.
And I exactly found out against the same team, 0-0, penalty shootout. But the difference for me being is that at least you could walk away from that penalty shootout going, I scored one, I saved two. For me, when I walked away from that penalty shootout, I didn't make a single save. And for me, knowing that I'd been in penalty shootouts in that cup and actually kept the team in and made some amazing saves, the fact that I couldn't do it when my team needed it the most, that was what really ate me up. And I'm not going to lie, shed a few tears after the game going, that was my moment to shine. That was my time to shine. And I didn't do it. And I still feel really bad for it. But at the end of the day, I think
that's the other side of it as well. Like as a keeper, although you're not expected to save penalties, you still, in yourself, you want to save every single shot.
Yeah, for sure.
As a striker, they miss a penalty, everyone goes, oh, well, like whatever, you missed it, like move on. But as a keeper, you sit there and you analyse it and you look back at it and you go, I should have done this, I should have done that, could have done this, could have gone earlier.
The worst thing is when you guess the right way. That is the worst thing.
You get a hand to it.
When you get a hand or a finger to it and you don't keep it out, that's the worst for me.
It's also hard too because obviously as goalkeepers, we don't want to preempt, we don't want to take the step early, but we're looking for those triggers.
Yeah.
And there's some strikers out there that can hit a ball and you think, okay, he's going to go this way. You look at the triggers.
The old misdirection of the eyes.
There's an art.
The run up.
I do agree there is an art to taking penalties and there's also an art to saving penalties. And you see some goalkeepers, they've just got the art of, they know every single cue to look for and they make that split millisecond decision every time they make it most of
That's the difference between Premier League to our league because, state league to amateurs, socials to World Cup, whatever. In the World Cup and the Premier League, everyone that takes a penalty in the Premier League, they have a 5,000-page book on who takes penalties, what foot, where they got, whatever. Look at the one that
their first preferred
you know
spot.
What I mean? Like there's certain penalties, so their goalkeeper goes, okay, well, old mate's he's gonna kick it.
Or they bring out the water bottle with all the names written on it.
I think it was Sterling. I could be wrong with Liverpool. Like he always used to kick it down the middle. And I think De Gea decided to go one way and it didn't go, or whatever. But they have that scripted, so they kind of go, okay, this is kind of what I've got. But in saying that, it's probably it's a cruel mistress because you don't know.
You can.
Well, you're preempting and then
well, that's it because you're thinking, okay, well, he's going to go left. I'm just going to goes down the left side of the post.
And that's where I think like you try not to think too much about it, because when you start thinking of those things, for me personally as well, is you start to preempt which way you want to go, but then you go, okay, he thinks I know that he's going to go that way, so now I'm going to go that way. And then you go, but then if he thinks I'm going to dive already, maybe he'll go down the middle. It's just, but yeah, I mean, I went that.
Or do the A-League keeper and just jump up and down and be like a big unit in the middle.
I mean, that penalty shootout went sort of from highs to lows in the aspect of like making those saves, scoring, making the save, and then doubting myself and allowing that one to go in. Yeah. So it's kind of.
That's what was probably quite special about that penalty shot. There was like a mixture of emotions, and like it went from high to low to high to low. And it was
to be fair,
roller coaster.
To be fair, I mean that was our reserve side. I mean we didn't have our second keeper was actually out with a broken finger, so I actually had to have special permission by Football West to play.
Yeah,
because I had actually played the first team game against Kwinana, which we were eliminated in extra time. So I was technically cup tied, so to speak.
Yeah, but we get special kind of criteria.
Yeah, goalkeepers tend
so
to.
They provided the medical certificate to Football West to say, this is our other keeper. He has a broken finger. He's unable to play. And to be fair to the boys, we actually had a decent run. We played Belmont, who are in the Premier League.
Yeah,
we beat them quite comfortably, 3-0. I think I don't.
You guys had a great season, and the fact that you lost to the guys that won it is just a. And you didn't technically lose. You drew the game.
Well,
just
that's
lost
right. Within 90 minutes.
As we know, penalties can go either way.
That's it.
Either way, like it doesn't matter. How much preparation you do, like or practice. When it comes to the day, penalties can go either way, and that's why all coaches will always say finish the game in 90 minutes, because penalties you just never know.
Yeah, you don't want to go to penalties.
And the funny thing is that I went into that final. I went into going, I don't care if it goes to penalties.
Why didn't you finish in 90?
Yeah, exactly. Well, I literally just went into that game going, do you know what? I don't care if it goes to penalties, because I've got 100% confident in myself that I'll save a penalty. And
to be fair, though, I watched that final on my phone from the game. Or
on
from
Facebook Live,
from my ground.
Yeah.
And other than the cheeky little mishap that you had towards the start of the game, that went through your leg and hit the post.
So I'll let all the viewers know about that one. But like basically within the first 5 minutes of the game, I've got a ball that's kind of it's a cheeky shot from outside. He's shot just to kind of get the first shot of the way in the game. I'm a bit nervous, a bit tight, haven't loosened up too properly, and I've gone for the scoop, but I've actually squeezed the scoop too tightly, and I've literally pressed the ball into my chest that hard that it's actually squeezed out and went through my legs and spun around me. So like I've actually put this weird spin on the ball, and literally it was just like within the first 5 minutes, and all the crowd's gone ooh. But I was like,
I think other than that, I don't think you actually had a hell of a lot to do in the actual game.
No.
So it's not like you were put under the pump. So I don't think there was anything you could have personally done in the game to change it. And that's one of the frustrating things as well about being a goalkeeper is when you see things not going right out on the field, strikers missing shots and passes not getting made.
Well, you just see like
there's just nothing you can do.
You just see the ball being wasted. That for me is the pet peeve for me.
The only way I see you can get involved with that is by when you do get the ball in, slow it down, play out from the back, change up what you're doing.
Yeah.
So that it
or
changes.
do a Peter Schmeichels and just go up for a corner.
Or do that, yeah.
If your coach gives approval.
Oh, yeah, I had a couple of those last season, I think.
Yeah.
Where I cheekily went up. Actually, that game I did.
I was going to say, I think you
Swan.
did.
We played Swan the first game at home. And we were leading 1-0. And then they got 2 quick goals towards the end of the game.
Yeah.
Here we go. We've thrown it away. First game of the season in the amateur league. And, this isn't the way we wanted to start.
Yeah.
Get a corner.
And
free kick it was. Free kick just from inside the halfway line. And one of our players said, "No, he'll take it." So I looked at the coach, and the coach just went, "Go for it." So off comes the hat, and running I go. And I see this ball get floated in, and I realised it was going to go straight over me. So I've actually ducked and gone forward. And 2 of their defenders, for some stupid reason, have followed me. Don't know why, but it's left our striker at the time, Rob, behind me, unmanned.
Yeah.
And he's just tucked it in. Two. I'm already headed back to goals because I'm like, I'm not getting on this. There's no point. So I'm already headed back to goals. I'm halfway back to the halfway line. And next minute I hear the whistle blowing. I turn around, they're all celebrating. I didn't even know what had happened. I was just running off, and two people followed me and left Rob standing there on his own. So
you're just like, oh yes, I got a chance to get back now.
Yeah, well,
the run back's always hard.
Rob loves it. He loves it. For majority of the season, he called it the dynamic duo of me and him up there, the elusive dummy run and the finish. So
yeah, the old watch what's happening here, but you don't see what's happening over there.
Yeah. I actually, because I think he got subbed on that day. I think he played in the Resis originally, and I don't think he had much of a touch beforehand. So it was one of his first touches towards the end of the game.
That's a good classic.
Good touch to have.
Yeah,
so
not too bad.
Cam, do you have any since our last guest threw us a few questions?
Yeah, a few curveballs. Yeah.
So do you have any questions for us, mate?
Oh, just to finish up.
Look,
just to wind it up.
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously, I've known Tommy a couple of years now, and I've met you, Yatesy, sort of at the goalkeeper battle, which is,
we both met Yatesy at the goalkeeper battle. Yeah,
because we both went
like
there
the
together. And that's it. And you were actually, because I remember rocking up to the keeper battle and seeing, far out, this guy's huge.
Who's this lanky guy?
This guy's going to definitely be hard to beat. And, but no, it was good. But for me, sort of, since you've come, Tommy, and then since you've stepped out of being at Forestfield from the goalkeeper battles, where do you think you guys have improved the most since sort of that period of time to now?
Oh, that's an interesting one.
Would
So,
you like to go first, Tom?
nah, for me, the biggest thing for me was when I moved from Armadale, and we got the news of no more amateurs. Obviously, I was searching for a new club. And then we had Perth AFC that was potentially an option. Then I think it was Stu that announced Wembley Downs.
That I tagged you in the post for?
Yeah. That Cam actually tagged me and says that, like, it's a bit of a drive, but, have a think about it. And then I messaged Stu, and Stu was playing up there at the same time. And then eventually, one thing led to another, and I ended up playing up at Wembley Downs. But the biggest thing for me, the improvement side, came when I started training with Stu at Kelmscott.
Yeah.
So that was, and again, that's where I met Yatesy again, when Yatesy was there. And I trained with you, I trained with Taylor, I trained with Brendan and Christy. And being able to do that training in a semi-professional atmosphere. With keepers, proper keeper training, proper working on my techniques and really nitpicking my game, going from shot stopping to everything. And I think my progression over that season, even in my teammates and the reserves coach Mal Mackey at the time, definitely noticed a huge improvement throughout the season. And as I got better, the confidence grew, and that's what really opened up the doors for me later in the season to potentially go into State League. And look, I credit to Stu. Definitely, he was a massive impact on my development as a goalkeeper in Perth, and I can't thank him enough for that. And definitely under Steve, my new goalkeeper coach at Dinella, amazing goalkeeper coach, as we know, godfather of goalkeeping, we call him.
Yeah.
And he's a really great, amazing goalkeeper coach, and just working under him, I'm really nitpicking, especially with my feet, working more on my feet. I think that's the biggest part of my game that I need to work on. And that's the biggest transition for me was that last season, that Wembley Downs, from that transition from amateurs in Div 4 to amateur prem in Wembley Downs, that big jump, which forced me to really step up my game. And then training with State League players, that forced me to go to a new level and realize I could do it, and I just needed to work hard, and worked hard. And that was for me. That was my big transition. And Cam definitely saw the transition and how I improved as a goalkeeper and little things I changed. But what about you, Yatesy?
Yeah. Well, it's a very good question, Cam.
Yeah, awesome question, by the way.
So I obviously won the first goalkeeper battle. I had some stuff going on in my life. Decided to stop playing at Forestfield with Amis, which it hurt a little bit.
What divvy were you playing at Forestfield?
I
Div
think
3.
it was Div 3. Yeah, Div 3 went 4 then
Cammy
3.
knows.
We got
I remember, because I remember him coming and going, I'm Div 3 amateurs at Forestfield. And I went, okay, cool. Like,
yeah,
should be interesting to see how you go.
Yeah.
All right, mate. See you later.
Shout out to the boys at Forest with Div 3 and under Elvis. Great coach, great bunch of lads. Still like to catch up and watch them play on a Sunday. But look, like I was going through some stuff. Again, Stu said, look, we've got the goalkeeper battles, come down, give it a go. I was like, you know what? I've got nothing to lose. I'm just going to give them my all. Have a bit of fun, have a bit of a laugh, and just, go for it. And came out winning it. But just I think that goalkeeper wars really kind of showed me, because I never really had any goalkeeper coaching when I was younger. I never had a coach. I've never, my mum and dad never had heaps of money, put me all through these wham bam fantastic coaching courses and all that.
Nah.
I was going to say,
and it showed in your technique as well.
Oh, definitely. My technique is like it's getting a little bit better. Stu's doing a good job in correcting it.
Yeah. Just hitting you with a stick every time you start bouncing.
Yeah, I do. Well, I've stopped that now, but I do believe down at 1951. Little cheeky plug there, mate.
Yeah.
McCallie, he when he watched me do a few things, he said a few things about my technique. But it's just one of those things where if you've never had that coach, what I got taught is don't let that ball go on the goals.
Yeah, that's right.
And that's what I'm going to try and do.
Yeah.
But as I've developed as a keeper, we're still young, Cam. We're only like, I think 15 years old in goalkeeper years.
I don't feel it though.
Mate,
trust me, after training last night, yeah.
Nearly in your prime years as a keeper.
Yeah, well, hopefully.
The mid late 30s. That's where you get your prime years.
I think to be honest, I'm past my one, but thanks for that, mate.
Never.
I'm almost into the masters age, all right?
Yeah. But I think
walking football.
That transition of like playing amateur football, winning the goalkeeper wars, and then being like, okay, well, there's a few clubs after me. What do I do?
Yeah.
And that's a good feeling though as a player to know that clubs want you.
For sure.
It's a humbling feeling, and I think now
when you get a message from a coach or something that's saying like, what are you up to, or do you want to come down, and you're like, holy crap.
So I signed a contract at Curtin for the first team there, doing quite well. Great bunch of lads, good bunch of goalkeepers, and I feel now that yes, I've been signed obviously with everything that's going on, but I want to help out the younger goalkeepers. I want to help out the reserve keepers. I want to help out the amateurs and the social keepers. Like, what can I do
to give back?
To give back and to help those guys.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, I mean, everyone wants to be number one regardless of what position you play. But you need to help develop players as well. You need to help coach them and guide them with the stuff that you've learned from other, coaches and stuff like that as well. I mean, nobody's perfect. We're always continuing to work.
For sure.
And if you can help guide someone and instruct them to better themselves as well, then it's it's a nice little humbling feeling in itself.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So I do have one other thing as well. Tommy, you probably do remember this. Thinking back about saves and so forth.
Oh yeah.
Armidale.
Yeah.
Away.
Yeah.
VUWA.
Is this my free kick top end save? No.
No. This is for me.
This is for you.
This is for me. We're not talking about you. We're talking about me.
I'm trying to think.
So, Rezzy's game, and we were short of numbers, so I decided to play keeper for the Rezzies.
Yeah.
To be able to play on field for the first team.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you remember what I did?
No.
Not too sure. All right.
No.
So we had another keeper there by the name of Dylan. Good bloke.
Yeah.
But I ended up pulling him out.
Shout out to Dylan.
Put him out on the field.
He was actually better outfield player.
He excelled.
He was doing really well.
He was one of those players where we talk about not necessarily the most gifted player in ability.
Yeah.
But would give you everything you had. And I tell you what, I reckon he saw more of the ball when he went out into left wing.
Yeah.
Than half the players that were out there.
Yeah.
And he was always in the right spot, doing what he could, put in a few good balls. But I feel a little bit bad about it. But played out. It was about 65 minutes in goals in the Rezzies.
Yeah.
And we're 2-0 up. Comfortable. Haven't really had to make many saves, which is good. So I pull myself off, so I can get ready for the first team and get all the boys ready and everything like that. So I say to Dylan, who's been playing on the field, mind you. So Dylan, you got to jump in goals, mate. I've got to shoot off. Within 3 minutes, he's given away a penalty. All right.
I can relate to that.
Now I remember.
now it's clicking. So Dylan's given away this penalty. They've conceded it.
He's took off the keeper.
Anyway, we're sitting there on the sidelines. I'm still sort of sitting there going, what the hell? Like,
Oh, yes.
about 5 minutes later after this, they concede another penalty. And I'm just going, you are kidding me. So I've just gone, nah, stuff this. Ref, sub. Because obviously in the reserves you can do that anyway.
Yep.
So I've dragged him off, put myself back on, gone on. And I'll tell you what, it's probably one of the boldest moves I could have probably done as well at the time.
As a coach player, because
taking off a
goalkeeper to say, you're not going to take this penalty, or you're not going to save this penalty, but I will. And you had no idea at the time that you did that. You literally just went, no, it's just a tactical change in your head.
I just knew that I had to do something. I couldn't just leave it up to the boys to try and keep defending this. So I thought, no, I'm just put myself back on. Don't care.
Yeah.
Put myself on. Get back out in the sticks. Penalties taken. Saved it.
He saved the penalty.
We go on to win. We go on to win 2-1.
Yeah.
And I did feel bad for Dylan because he did take it a little bit to heart and sat on the sidelines a little bit, down in the dumps, so to speak. But when I did speak to him afterwards and I explained to him and everything like that and how I couldn't just sit on the sidelines and watch anymore because I'd already been out there playing and I knew we were the dominant team that day.
Yeah.
But credit to him, he picked himself back up. He went on the bench for the first team for me. Played out that day and everything like that, and never looked back. But that is another cheeky little
I just remember
memory.
I didn't for some reason it just completely skipped my mind. But then as soon as you said about the penalty, I was like, I remember now, because I remember having that conversation with you after everything, and you went, I didn't realize how big of a statement that was, or the actual statement of I'm bringing off that goalkeeper to say, you're not going to. I'm going to save this.
Yeah, especially the fact that you've come off as a goalkeeper.
Yeah, he's come off.
So when I went back on, I actually wasn't thinking about the pressure I put myself under. Yeah. Like I didn't even think about it. Like thinking, holy crap, you've just put yourself in this situation. Now you need to save it, otherwise you're going to look stupid.
Correct.
It wasn't until afterwards when I was actually talking to Tommy about it. I went, wow, that was actually quite a
very bold.
But in the moment, it wasn't even about that. It was just I needed to get back out there. I needed to be back a part of it to try and turn this game back on its...
About doing what you thought was the right thing for the team. And that's what it's all about, I think.
When I looked back on it, I thought, geez, if that had gone the opposite way...
Yeah.
Well, a right muppet.
I could have been a right absolute twit. So,
but on the other side, we're back on Inside Six Yarns talking about it and how it's one of a really good memories.
Yeah, that's a good memory as opposed to a bad one. So that's the other good save that I do recall.
But what a good way to end this week's episode, I reckon. What an awesome memory. And I do remember that, and it was so good.
There's nothing better as a keeper to save a penalty.
Yeah. Oh, best feeling, I think.
The rush that you get after saving a penalty is just like no other.
And I remember watching that on the sidelines, and I was just like, wow. But thank you very much for joining us, Cam, for today's episode, man.
Thanks for having us.
Definitely been a long one. For those of you that are still watching, we do appreciate. And if you have enjoyed today's episode, please give us a like, hit that subscribe button, and give us a comment and tell us what you'd like to see more of on Inside Six Yarns. But next week, we're looking to a sneaky hint that we're going to get in some female goalkeepers on the show.
Yes, that is very
we definitely true. This is too masculine.
There's one. I don't know, Tommy, you kind of lay off a bit of it. No, definitely. So we've got a young female keeper coming on the show next, which I'm really looking forward to.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
Have a few ties with this young lady, and all will be revealed.
Intriguing.
Yes.
Throughout the week. So if you would like to get more hints and info, go to our Facebook page. So Inside Six Yards. And we do love to do little sneaky hints and sneaky little things like that on the Facebook page, so hit us up there. But thank you very much for listening, guys. I've been Tommy Gun.
YEATESY.
And this has been Inside Six Yarns, guys. Take care.
Peace.